Right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back from lunch. And we're actually slightly delayed at the moment. I'll get back to you in a minute on that one. So, this is Loton Park, the Midland Hillclimb Championship round. So we have several things going on this afternoon. We have a third practice for the Midland Hillclimb competitors, as they will be doing their timed runs tomorrow, along with top 10 runoffs, and I believe the Titan X tin top runoff is also tomorrow. This afternoon, we actually have, for Saturday only, we have the Bugatti's Owner Club New Barn Cars Speed Championship. Now, they had their two practice runs this morning, and how this is going to go is they are only here today, and they are doing their timed runs this afternoon, but they will be doing them next. So what's going to happen here is our New Barn Championship competitors, which are all the cars that have a 2 in front of them, so 200, 210, so on, they will be doing their first timed runs, coming back down the hill to the bottom, and doing their second timed runs. So they're going to do their complete competition back to back. And then the Midland Hillclimb Championship competitors and the competitors from the All-Swage UK Loton Park Championship as well will be doing their third practice run this afternoon in preparation for timed runs tomorrow. So that's how we're going at the moment. We should have been starting by now. We do have a slight delay due to a technical issue with one of the support vehicles. They are just addressing that now. We need to make sure we have all our safety provision in place for the safety of the competitors. Right, let me just check in and see if Ben made it back up the hill. He came down the mountain. Does that make come down the hill, goes up the mountain? Or does it come down the mountain, goes up the hill? Anyway, Ben, are you there?
I am here, Owen. Can
Hello.
you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can make you out.
Yeah, I went up the hill. Had to walk up the hill. Yes.
Right. So, is it a mountain when you walk up it, or is it still a hill?
I think you're walking up the hill, like coming down the mountain.
Right. Okay. Is that? I guess coming down a mountain is faster than coming down a hill.
True.
So it'll be a speed thing, wouldn't it? Mountains would be higher, and therefore you'd get more speed. Gravity would come into play, and we would do that, would we not?
That's correct, I think.
And you thought I couldn't come up in any nonsense to talk about after lunch.
I knew you would.
Anyway, yes. So we're just dealing with something very weird. But anyway, it's they're attending to it as we speak. So how's the spectators going on there? I've got a fairly reasonable following. Some of them are eating ice creams. Hey there, are you? If you're not eating ice creams, why not? The ice cream van's right behind you. So you don't have an ice cream van up there, do you?
No, I don't. But I just had mine, and it was excellent.
Oh, I see. You started out with a full ice cream. Did the ice cream make it to the top of the hill?
Yes, it did.
Oh, well, I'm impressed.
On the way up the hill, so I had a full ice cream. I had to do the walking and eating job.
Okay, are you getting any funny looks from the spectators going, "Where's my ice cream"?
No, not really. I can see a few people standing in the shade, so they're probably trying to stay cool. But if they get any hot, they can walk down the hill and see the rest of the action on the hill. I have a few more people to my right sitting on the exit of museum here. A lot of people with camera and long lenses. I can see people waving at me right in front of me. So yeah, that's very nice. Some people are just have different approach to their day. I think I can see someone just sun lounging in front of me, whereas a few people have just prefer to be in the shade.
Not much shade here. Oh, hang on. I got the dodgy technician. He's probably going, you're too loud and you're too soft. So he's going to switch my knobs again. Oh, no, he's not. Where is he gone? Oh, no. He is playing with my buttons. Hold on a second. He's knocking on the back. It's like, I'm not letting you in. So I got a feeling he's. We were okay this morning. You got a bit quieter, and now I got. All right, we've got some. Okay, I'm going to get used to this. I've actually got. It's 23.8 degrees Celsius in southwest Germany right now. I don't know what temperature we got here.
Well, I don't know what's the temperature outside, but
Mine says about 19 degrees. I'm sitting about 19 degrees on my phone. I've got Andy Castor from Stroud is just put up there, but that picture, I think he may. You need a haircut. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I've just found out that one of my drivers is logged into YouTube and actually can hear me commentating, which is a bit off-putting. So we have someone joining us from New Zealand. Are they going to understand our accents? They're going to join in from somewhere else and end up being like, oh, hang on, I got the wrong country. Thank you, Thomas. Greetings from the UK with the Canadian accent, and Ben, who's French. So that'll confuse everybody. Right. Have you got a timing screen up at your end?
no, I haven't got a timing screen at all, and you've got all the information. So
I have. Somebody is turned on the computer. I'm going to need an IT guy down here at this rate. I got 2 screens. I got all sorts of things going on here. This ought to be fun. Right. So, how's the queue at the ice cream truck? Somehow, we've got Marshall's got some ice cream. Smart person. Right. I do have someone picnicking now. I do have an official picnic blanket out, and they are sitting under the tree, and I believe they are still knitting where they were when I came in. So, I have a knitting picnic person. Uh-oh. The guy pushing my buttons is now sticking his head in the computer here. I'll be right back. Ben, talk about anything.
Right, okay. Well, probably worth talking what we've got coming up this afternoon. So, as Owen mentioned, we're going to have 2 runs, 2 time runs today. So, those people in the Bugatti Owners Club New Barnes Car Speeds Championship. So the people that have entered this championship are doing one-day events, and this championship has been opened, I believe, to introduce people to the sport. So some of them would have competed before, some of them would have not competed before, but this is what this championship is intending to do, is bring more people to the sport. And it is not a competition between each of the cars. It's a competition against yourself. So each of the competitors in this championship are running what we call an handicap. And that handicap is a sort of a target time that they need to get. And this is based on their previous runs, obviously based on the car, so they get the reference time, and then they look at the car to see if there is any modification that would make the car quicker on the hill. And those handicap are made to push people to get up to speed, to increase their confidence in the car, to increase their ability through each runs. And that's what they're going to do this afternoon. So we're going to start with the first run straight after lunch when we're up and running. And then they'll do straight after that their second run. And after that, today's Saturday. Today we're going to have the qualifying. So it's going to be the third run for the Midland Hillclimb Championship. And those people will be probably going to have their last run of the day. And tomorrow, Sunday, if you're here tomorrow, you'll see time runs. So today, no pressure. You just need to get comfortable with the car, get comfortable with the hill, bring up your confidence, and tomorrow is what we'll be counting for the championship. So that's what we have for this afternoon, the program of this afternoon. I don't know what time we will finish, probably around 5 if we haven't got too many delays, but I'm sure some people will be happy to stand out and be on the side of the track because it's such a lovely day today for everyone.
I'm back here. Are you working on your tan at the moment? Are you inside or outside the booth? Be honest. You're sitting out there in the chaise lounger working on your tan and just talking to the microphone, aren't you?
No, I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna to be honest here. It is quite hot, so I've got both windows open to keep a nice breeze into here.
The only way I'm going to open a window here is if I punch it out. I don't have open windows. I'm not on top of the hill. I've got all these spectators breathing hot air on me. I may have an update. I think they're delayed maybe another 5 minutes or so, folks, so just bear with us. In the meantime, don't forget there's the ice cream's open, the burger van's still open, the bar is still open, and I believe our regalia shop is open as well, which is next to the bar. Just sort of between the ice cream and the bar, there's another shop there. There have various items of merchandise for sale and other things. I actually haven't been in there lately, but I'm sure there's some artwork and some other things and bits and pieces of interest. So if you're wandering around for a few minutes, not doing anything, go have a wander through there and see if anything interesting comes up. Right. Okay. All right, so they're trying to. Essentially, we've had a technical problem with one of our response vehicles, and they're just working out how to get around it because we cannot run. All the vehicles you see, again, they're all part of the requirements. We have everything here for a reason, and it's to support the competitors. Remember, the competitors are putting a show on for us. The marshals and various other officials are volunteering to put on a show for you guys. But we also do appreciate you coming and spectating and watching us do silly things with cars. So it's all a win-win situation. So there we go from there. But yes, anyway, so a little bit of a technical problem. And last I heard, we've just about got it sorted. And we should see all our vehicles getting back into position. So they've had a conflab. They've done the bits of the bats. And they've, rolled the dice and came up with the correct mountain. And on the screen right now, folks, we're actually doing live stream. If you go to HillClimb UK TV, you'll be able to actually see the cameras, watch the cars go up the course online, live, and apparently you can hear me there as well. So for all those in the paddock area that are feeling neglected for not listening to me, turn your phone on. Right. So I will be trying to, Ben, so you bear with me because I might be looking at things on the screen and things in front of me and the timing screen, and I'm crazy.
I'm sure we'll figure out for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, you sit up there on your chaise lounger, put your feet up, and just relax.
I've been told by the very nice marshals behind me that we should be up and running in the next 5 minutes. So I should have a rescue motorsport unit in front of me.
Yeah.
So I feel that when that truck is going up the hill and will be parked, ready to...
Right now, we've got everybody, and they're all trying to decide on who moves. It's like one of those, it's like a Rubik's Cube. Who moves first to allow this movement, to allow that movement, so that that movement can happen. So at the moment, all right, let's go on here. So we're moving the pickup truck out of the way so the upper rescue unit can back in and out again. The recovery vehicle is following the pickup truck. So I'm actually commentating on the various support vehicles movement. So the rescue unit and the rescue unit and the recovery truck are on their way back up the hill. We now have our other rescue unit pointing down the hill, but then the clerk of the course car is pointing up the hill, and then just for better, our third ambulance is also pointing the wrong way. So now we need another traffic cop okay, so they're pushing that one backwards, so the rescue unit is backed into there now and turning around and also heading up the hill. So that's going up the hill as well. So now we're left with two cars going up the hill, and we actually need them down the hill. So let's see. Are they going to do the proper three-point turn? will they do a handbrake turn? Front wheel drive, easy to do. Just go ahead, pull the handbrake, spin it around, and come back down again. But then that leaves the ambulance in the way, so that's not going to work. Right, are we going to go for the... Okay, in your driving lesson, you used to have to do it. Do you still? I don't think you do it anymore. You used to have to do a 3-point turn. So, right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Simi. Sorry you got a bug or something like that, but we're missing you here. Beautiful day out, but hopefully you can still join, see what's going on.
Oh, and the recovery track has just gone through the finish line. Have you got time for this one?
Yeah, approximately 2.35 hours. Give or take, 20 minutes.
Now closely followed by the ambulance. No, I can see the vehicles now are now going to get back into place.
Right.
So when that's all done, I will give you a shout and we'll be running.
Bear with me. I've got questions coming on screen here. Right. In the handicap, okay, let me cover this. Thank you, Cliff. Right, so first up we have the New Barn Car Speed Championship, and this is a handicap championship. Each competitor has a target time, and there is no breakout rule for this. It's the individual's best time. I know of 2 drivers in the same car that actually have 2 different target times, so it's based on the driver's skill. They can they want to go quicker than that target time, but not slower than the target time. The winner is the one the furthest away above the target time, I believe, is how it works. So there is no breakout rule, but my understanding, the person that sets the handicap target times for each individual, and it would have been checked after the practices this morning to get more accurate times, and so to be accurate to what the predicted is. So they are flexible. So the drivers will basically know now what their target is. But essentially the idea is you go flat out as you would normally, and you want to try and improve your time every time. Time after, okay. Sorry, Cyndi Lauper song just came in my head. I will retract that. Now, so what happens is, so let's say someone set a target of 72 seconds. So if they do a 73-second run, they get nothing. If they do a 71-second run, that means they're a second, they're a second quicker than their target. So they've improved by a second. So how each competitor, they're trying to always improve on their time. So the targets are set at roughly about, okay, you're averaging this time. How much can you beat it by? And basically, the person that beats the target time by the most will get the most points. So it's who can improve the best over their morning runs or previous set times. Okay, folks, I believe all our vehicles. I got a new server. I got a new crew down here. We've rotated the rescue units, so I've got a different one now. But that's okay. Hello. And they're from Wales. I can actually read the Welsh on the. I believe they're from Wales. Are you guys from Wales? No, you just got Welsh ambulance written on the front of it. I'm going to get a bum kick in here in a minute. Anyway, so we're closing up. I believe they sorted out a rescue unit. Now I'm going to get an explanation of why they've got Welsh on their ambulance. Right, just so my rear end has been removed from the sling. The reason the Welsh is on the ambulance because the rescue crew, this one is actually based in Burton Latimer, which is near where I live. They do a lot of rallies up on Epent, which is in Wales. So it's just a homage to when they're in Wales. So there we go. Right, we're starting shortly. I hope that answered your question, Cliff.
And I think we'll be back up and running in a very short time. All of the rescue vehicles that I should have inside are back into their place. So we should be running in a few minutes. So as soon as the red flags drop, I'll wait for you go. You have all the information at the bottom of the hill.
Do I now? Is this something new? Are you're just letting me know now? Oh, I have whistles. I have whistles. I heard a whistle. Not a wolf whistle either. No, let's behave. Yes. So, yes, I've been given the same information. I believe the clerk of the course is wandering back up to a position of authority. And the starters are standing at the ready. So as soon as somebody says, oh, let's go, the flags will come in. The marshals have their routine. Then the cars themselves are lined up, ready to go, I believe. Okay. Always a very organized process with the marshals. So red flags are in. And we should have our first competitor in the BOC Owners Club New Barn Cars Speed Championship. These are the first timed runs we're doing at the moment on a handicap. First up, we have Sarah Davies. Shares the car with her husband. They didn't bring the regular car. This is apparently the daily driver they decided to bring out. So they have been set with new target times. Car 915. I'm guessing there's a couple of double-driven cars here, so I'm guessing they may go up, come down, and then they'll go up again. So we'll see. So on the line, and we're off for the afternoon's action. 2.77 on the 64-foot. Very good start. Anything under 3 seconds is good. Up into around and down towards Loggerheads. This is an ST, completely standard road car, this one. Which shows you can literally compete in anything. Coming into my view now, down towards Lake. Entry into Triangle, 57 miles an hour into Lake, through Triangle, out of Triangle. I think her target was, if I remember talking right, about 72 seconds. Up into Keepers, a little bit on the brakes, left and the right, and up onto Cedar Straight, which to this day I'm not sure why they call it straight, because as you can tell, it's not. It's got a bit of a weave in her, but we've got a speed trap just coming up the top, so this will give us an idea. 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, Sarah with me, Owen. Into Fallow now. Using all the road on the exit into Museum now. A little bit of a dabber on the brake to slow the car. Using all the power of the engine through the straight line onto the finish.
Okay, I've got car 916, Bill Pierce. Just come through Triangle up through Keepers, and the MG Midget 1275. 2.90 on the 64-foot. Under Lake, about 49, so a little bit slower from Sarah. Remember, these are all individual handicaps, so they've all got their own targets. Onto the Cedar Straight now, up to the top, 50 mile an hour through the trap.
Yeah, the Midget with me now entering the left-hander. Exiting Fallow into the right-hander. It's very steep corner, almost blind for the drivers. And through the finish straight now.
Right. I missed Sarah's time, but Bill's got a time coming up to 82:46. 82:46. So I don't know exactly what the target times are, but see what happens. So now what's happening here is because in this particular championship, all the cars are in the same batch, but what we have is we have two vehicles that are double driven. So in this case, Sarah will be handing the car over to husband. I'll get it right in a minute. Husband Colin, and Bill will be handing over to Pete Dewhurst. So they'll come down the hill, back into the paddock. They'll switch drivers, line up in number order with the rest of the batch, and then off we go. So this is their first timed run, and this is the good thing about hill climbing and sprinting. Sometimes hill climbing is you can share a car between two drivers, and you actually compete against each other in the same car. So you're completely separate. It's not like rallying where you've got the sack of spuds in the passenger seat. I'm going to pay for that later, but I am a rallyist. So it can share the cost. So if you want to get some, if you know some people, you're involved in hill climbing. I know several people that have done sort of standard cars, and then they wanted to get a race car, so they actually shared the cost between two people, and both can drive. So It's a great sport for, interaction and communication with others and all the rest of it. Right, Bill's made it back into the paddock. The red flags are now in, and we're ready to go. Should be, as long as I don't get made a liar this time, we should have car 200 on the line, which should be Alan McFarlane. I'm just waiting to see. So we're all set. Flags are in. I take it flags are in at your end.
Yes, all good at the top of the hill.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we've got car 138. This is a double batch car. This is a car from, yes, this is a double runner from actually our national runners, the British Hillclimb. Sorry, the Midland Hillclimb Championship runners. This is a double driven one. So this is Will Goff, car 138. This is not a handicap car. This is a practice run in the Alfa Romeo 4C 1750 turbo, 242 off the line into the 64-foot. My co-anchor today, Ben, just absolutely loves these Alphas. We actually have two of them here today. Here he is coming into Triangle now through Lake Speed Trap, 61 mile an hour. Around the corner we go, out the other side. Are you ready for it, Ben?
I am ready.
Prepare yourself.
They are lovely cars, and we're very lucky to have two today on the hill. They are very rare. All over the world, there's not been many produced of those little Alphas. So yeah, I can hear the car coming, and now I can see it at the end of the straight. He's now going into fallow, using a little bit of the curb on the entry, and then going into museum now. And then now exiting museum, using all the power of that 4-cylinder.
Okay, I've got car 200, back to the handicapped, the new barn championship. Alan McFarlane in a Porsche Cayman S 3400cc engine, 259 on the 64-foot, 69 mile hour through Lake entering Triangle, already halfway up the Cedar Straight. And as you can tell, folks, online, it's not quite straight, 73 mile an hour.
Yeah, Alan was me, now entering fallow, exiting the corner, using all of the track, slowing the car down into museum and exiting on the finish straight.
Right, next up I've got car 201. Yep, Porsche goes across the line, 6507. I've got car 201, Tim Stokes in the Suzuki Swift Sport 1600 engine. A little bit of a, I'd say a slow start, 315 to the 64-foot, 57 mile an hour coming into through Lake into Triangle, not bad. It looks like a little left foot braking going on here just to keep the momentum up in the car. Through keepers in just over 40 seconds. And up the Cedar Straight we go. And let's see what kind of speed we can get out of this thing. 66. I've just got John Brunner coming at me, car 202 in the Ginetta.
Yeah, the Swift exiting fallow now into museum. Using all the rev onto the exit now. Right,
John Brenner, 202, Ginetta G20, 1986cc engine, 243 on the 64-foot, 55 mile an hour, just coming into the through Lake into Triangle. So carrying some good speed here, 71 up the straight.
Yeah, now entering fallow, an open top car here, so you can see all the action of the driver on here, keeping it nice and tidy through museum now.
Right, I've got David Rose in the Lotus Elan 1600, car 203, did a 262 on the 64-foot, 58 coming into Lake, through Lake into Triangle, carrying good speed, little engine, beautiful little car, hardtop car this one, and through keepers, up the Cedar Straight we go.
Yeah, and the Lotus Elan now
54
with me. Slowing down into fallow, using a lot of the curb on the inside in the corner, going up into museum, slowing the car right down, and using the exit speed.
Got a Toyota MR2, car 204, Martin Rawson, 1794cc engine car, 266 off the land. Lotus Elan did a 7105. Martin is already onto the Cedar Straight, on his way up to you. Speed coming up here. Did have a bit of grunt this one. 52.
Yeah, the Mr. 2 is with me. I like to call it Mr. 2.
Yeah, I wonder what Mrs. 2 would have to say about that.
He's now going into museum, slowing the car right down and putting his boot in for the final straight.
Excellent. 205, Ian Beattie. He's a car, this is the owner. Jaguar XK120 with a 3.8 liter Bentley engine in, I believe. 252 to 54. Martin did 76.96 in the Toyota.
Yeah, the 6-cylinder Jaguar entering fallow now into museum. Keeping it nice and tidy. A bit of a tire squirrel into museum, but now kept it together.
Right. I've got car 206, Maggie Richards, in the Renault Clio RS 200, 2 liter. 55 into Lake, a little 316 on the 64 foot. Working their way up Cedar right now. Hopefully get a time. Should be in your view. I haven't got a speed on her.
Yeah, the Clio is me entering fallow now, using all the track on the exit into museum.
Wow. Now I've got I've got Simon Firth Barnard in car 207, and this is, you get everything here. This is a Sunbeam Alpine Series 3. So I believe it's a late 60s build, pretty much standard. As you can tell, it's not designed, body. I'd be having to take seasick pills for driving this car. That's followed closely. 43 at the top there.
Yeah, very elegant car on the hill, as you can see. Now we're entering fallow. Great sound from that little engine at the front. And is now going through museum.
Right. I got car 209, Benjamin Willemowski in the BMW E30. I've got a pair of them, family members here. Did a 268 on the 64 foot, 58 speed coming into the triangle through Lake. A little bit quicker than Sunbeam. 66 to you, sir.
I got car 209, the BMW 318, going through museum, pushing the car really hard into those corners.
Right, I've got Sam Willemowski now in another BMW E30, almost identical. This one's got a roll cage in it, slightly more prepared, I would have said. About a tenth off the family member in 64 foot, 2 mile an hour quicker into Triangle through Lake. Up into Keeper, on the Cedar Straight.
Yeah, the red
66.
The red BMW braking hard, almost locking the wheels into the corner. Into museum now, which looks like probably a good run. He locked the wheel into museum here.
Right. I have what's called, I call it a taxi cab, I know it's not, Daimler Conquest of Peter Baker, car 211. Braver man than me, I will say. 428 was the 64 foot time. As you can see, the body roll on this is, how do you say, obvious. I do have Richard Morris, car 212, in the Mazda MX-5, the 1598cc model, this one, coming through. A little bit quicker than the Daimler. I don't think there's any danger of catching it. The Mazda was 277. So the Daimler got to 45 with you.
Yeah, the Daimler just in front of me going through museum. Amazing to see the diversity of the vehicles that we get to see today. He's now exiting through the finish straight.
Okay, Richard Morris should be 52 mile an hour for the Mazda, and I've got Richard Hampstead in his 213 Clio just coming through me here.
Yeah, the MX-5 just rolling into fallow, now into museum. A little bit of a dab of them on the brake, using all the throttle on the exit.
Right, so Richard Morris in the Mazda is, I'm just going to try to get your time here. So people are 80.15 for the Mazda. Richard Hampstead, 70 mile an hour. It looks like he locked up. I see a lot of blue smoke coming out, but there you go. 70 mile an hour for the Clio.
Yeah, the Clio into museum. Cornering very hard into museum and to the finish straight, using all the rev of that 4-cylinder engine.
Okay, into view now. I've got Peter Cooper. For Richard, 67.04 for the Clio. I've got Peter Cooper, car 214 in the Rover 200 BRM LE 1796. That's a whole lot of words. 304 on the 64 foot, 49 on the through the lake into Triangle. And I've got Colin Davis in what I believe is a bright orange Ford Fiesta ST 1596. Nope, it's the purple one. That's the husband of Sarah. Already through.
Yeah, the Rover 200 going into museum with that distinctive orange grille at the front in homage of the PRM cars of the time. And is now going through the finish straight.
Okay, the Rover has done an 8086. Colin Davis, 65 to you, sir.
Yeah, Colin braked really hard at the end of the Cedar Straight. He's using all the track into here, slowing the car into museum, and then using all the traction that he can get from museum.
I've got Pete Dewhurst just came through here, car 216 in the MG Midget, 1275. 70.96 for the Fiesta. The Midget is already on to Cedars. Tidy run so far with this. And we're just coming up to Speed Trap. I also on track I have Paul Renison, car 217. 55 for the Midget. I've got the Porsche coming through here, the 944.
Yeah, the Midget showing his speed at the end of the straight here. You could see heavy braking. He's now trying to settle the car down into museum and exiting through the straight.
Okay, I've got Paul Renison. I think he's last year's champion, if I remember correctly, in the Porsche 944 S2, 2.99 liter engine. Reminds me of Rothman's Porsche racing back in the late 80s, early 90s. 69 miles an hour to you, and I also have Oliver Meek in a Fiesta just coming through here.
Yeah, the big 3-liter Porsche. Driven very, very effectively through museum here. He's now going through the finish line.
Right. Okay, so Oliver Meek in the Ford Fiesta ST is on Cedar Straight right now. The Porsche did a 69.14. Good time for him. 72 for the Fiesta.
Yeah, the little Fiesta going into museum now. Tires squealing into museum, using all the grip of the tires.
Okay, I've got Richard Charles Snow in the Porsche Cayman GT4. Oliver did a 67.75 in the Fiesta. Car 219, Richard Charles Snow, Porsche Cayman GT4, 242 in the 64-foot, 73 mile an hour through Lake coming into the Triangle. Got a bit of grunt in this car. Anyway, up the straight we go. Coming up into the Speed Trap, 78 mile an hour.
Yeah, great sound of that six-cylinder is now into follow into the left-hander, now going into the right corner, sounding lovely. He's using all the traction of that car he can get through the finish line now.
Okay, and just cutting across the line, 62.13, 62.13. Right, I believe that's it for our new Barn Cars Speed Championship competitors for their first time run. I'm just looking for any type of information, or I'm going to have to get out the silly jokes again. All quiet's on the western front. The starters are waiting for cars or something. So just bear with us for a minute. Anyway, so you've got a lovely assortment of cars in your used car lot up there, do you?
I do, yes. An entire collection of cars, a lot of diversity. Engine at the front, engine at the back, engine in the middle, I think. So yeah, a lot of diversity in the gathering at the top of the hill.
I don't know if that's diversity or indecision. Car manufacturer, well, we'll put the engine here. No, I like it over here. No, I want it over there. I mean, what's all that about? No consistency. You're staring at that Alpha again, aren't you?
Yeah, it's actually right in front of me.
Yeah, I thought you might be. Oh, hang on. I've got a giant bumblebee just try to air raid me out of here. There's one way in, one way out for both of us, so it went out before me. That's a dark. Am I right that Alpha is that one is slightly darker paint than the other one?
Haven't looked at them very closely, but
well, you were drooling on them this morning.
I think they might be the same shade. I think.
Oh, okay. One's in the sun. The other one was in the shade. Fair enough.
Probably.
So you can't see the glitter going on. All right. Let's do a. Yep. I've got a collection of young people and more experienced people sitting there. A little bit of spectators. I got a couple empty benches. Oh, where are you? I don't see a queue at the ice cream truck yet. Maybe they're all shopping for having a look in the shop for regalia. Oh, hang on. I've just spotted one of the troublemakers I dealt with earlier today. Lady just trying to sit down there. I don't know if she can hear me. She knows I'm picking on her because she can't figure out where I'm sitting. This is fun. You can wind somebody up. If you look straight ahead, you'll see my head in the... There you go. All right. Now that's torturing a spectator. Okay, what else we got? So, yeah. So, right, we have a car. We have car 720 on the track. This is David Garnett, a Renault Clio Cup Sport, 1998 CC. Now these are double drivers for the HillClimb Championship runners. Okay, these are not the different championships. So these guys will be these are their practice runs now. So you've got David Garnett Clio, 77 miles an hour to you, sir.
Yeah, using all the curb on the entry, almost losing it at the exit of Fallow into Museum, almost on three-wheel, using all the rev of the engine through the finish straight.
Okay, and yeah, we've got Dave Wilson in the Peugeot 205, that lovely little Peugeot. 13-inch wheels, road-going class car, but Peugeots are so good from the start. It's a great base to start with. Very quick, Dave is in this car. So off he goes up the hill. So this will be their third practice run for these two gentlemen because they're sharing the car. These cars will be back with the other drivers after the second time runs of the new barn cars, if you can keep up with this.
I can only agree with you when this 205 looks very, very quick on the hill. It's gone through following, now going through the finish line.
61.37. That's quick for a little road-going saloon car. So not bad. Right, okay, now can you send all those cars back down, please, sir?
I am, Owen. So you'll see the Cayman GT4 coming up first, followed by the little blue Clio, and then the rest of the batch will follow.
Yeah, can you make sure you give the Alpha back, please?
Yeah, this is now going back to you as well, followed by the Cayman.
There'll be another one. You can try again later.
Yeah, there's a second one as well, but
yeah,
I would like to keep the 205, to be honest.
Oh, we're changing. We've reflected a bit, have we?
I've always said I love 205. Being French, I can only vouch for those cars, right?
I know, but if you had so you're trying to tell me you take the 205 over the Alpha?
Yeah, I can. Yes.
Wait, yeah, hang on. This morning you didn't say that.
I'd have a 205 in my garage over the little Alpha, to be honest.
Whoa. Okay, news full bulletin. I need to lie down now after the whole conversation we had this morning. I have to admit, the 205 versus the Skoda Fabia rally car R5. I'm a fan of that. We have someone viewing us from Colorado Springs. If you're not sure where that is, look at a U.S. map and go left. Yeah, I'm not sure if I take the... Hi, Tom. Glad you could join us from Germany. This is the first time me doing a broadcast, so let's see what happens. and Ben, he's up the other end. So we got Owen and Ben in the commentary booth today. I'm Canadian. He's got a French accent. So you haven't joined some really weird international thing. Right, we're finishing the first batch here. If you have just joined us, we are in the middle of running timed runs for the Bugatti Owners Club New Barn Cars Speed Championship. They are competing today only, along with the competitors of the Midland Hillclimb Championship, which are practicing today and will be competing timed runs tomorrow, which you will see the live.
Yeah, so
you
if
see
you
a
don't
live feed live, or do you just say live feed, or do you say feed live?
Live feed, I would say, Owen.
Okay, live feed. Yeah, anyway, it'll be on the YouTube channels, various links. If you Google, if you want to join tomorrow, or if you're paying attention today and can't make it tomorrow, just put Loton Park Live in, and it'll set you to the link, and you'll be able to find the coverage. Yes, so the new barn competitors, I don't think they thought this out. They've queued up for the second run. The problem is the queue's backed up all the way through Triangle. So I think somebody made a bit of a whoops, but they'll sort that out in a minute. It's a great car show, though, folks, isn't it? You got some nice cars in front. We got, what do we got? We got the back end. We got a Fiesta ST. We got a Porsche 944 and a midget. We've got another Fiesta. Is that an ST? That's another ST. And then we've got a Rover BRM and a Clio. So, yeah, so 2 Fiestas, and then everything else is different. I got a Daimler to the right of me, a Mazda to the left of me. It's like the United Nations of automobiles here. Anyway, all right, I think they've sorted the problem now, so they are maneuvering their way down to the paddock. Because what's happening here, folks, they are doing their 2 timed runs essentially first. We had a little bit of a delay before lunch, so originally their first time run was going to be before lunch, but now it's after lunch. So they've done their first timed run. They will now go around and do their second timed run. So some of these drivers are going to be all hot and bothered in their car after a bit. And then we are going to be third practice runs for the Midland Hillclimb Championship runners and riders. Although where there's a double-driven car, there will be a few sort of interlopers into the mix. And I will try to suss them out the best we can. Ben, talk for a minute. I'm out of air.
Yeah, so we should get Sarah next up on the line, right? If I follow this correctly, I haven't got any of the kit that you've got at the bottom of the hill, so I'm following the program. So
no, you're doing a fine job. I mean, to be honest with you, it might be easier up there than it is down here.
If you have one of those programs here on the hill, you'll find the New BOC Speed Championship on page 6, and then any of the cars running on the Midland Hillclimb Championship will just be on page 8. So yeah, and I hope that everyone on the live feed is enjoying wherever you're looking from in the world. Good morning or good afternoon or even good evening if you have.
Yeah, if you're on Australia, you're already in bed.
Exactly.
Okay, Munster in France. We have a hello, dear friend from Munster in France. Thank for Tour Direct. That's from Tom Reidinger. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, this is all cool and good. This is what you call get thrown into the deep end, isn't it?
Exactly, Owen.
Yeah, I like to drown.
I am following the live chats.
Okay, I have a feeling they've moved the goalpost on us again because I have... Yeah, the New Barn, they've changed this a bit. The New Barn guys are taking a breather. So, we're going back to, this is now Midland Hillclimb Championship runners and riders third practice run. And we're starting with car 16, the Renault Al-110. Some people know it as an Alpine, an original one. It's left-hand drive. It's 1550cc engine. The driver mentions to me, sits so low in the car that when he comes up Cedar Straight, he actually can't see the markers on the right side for the braking zones. Into Lake he comes, 62 miles an hour. Beautiful car, in red. You can normally see them in blue. Through Triangle, up towards Keepers. This is Robert Lawrence, car 16. So 3941 up into Keepers, heading on up to Cedar Straight. Coming to you, and we got a speed of 65 to you, sir.
Yeah, the lovely Alpine going into the left-hander. A very nicely driven car. He's keeping it all nice and tidy through museum, and he's exiting the corner onto the finish straight.
Okay, I've got Dave Newell, car 18, Austin A40, 1839cc. This engine was dragged out of a barn and chucked in. The Renault 69.22, nice time for that. Dave Newell and the little Austin A40, already 50. Not bad through Triangle and Keepers, up Cedar Straight now, although this will kill the little power. And I've got Isabella Lawrence, car 15, and the Renault Clio coming into sight here.
Yeah, Dave in the very elegant A40 going into fallow now. A little bit of a roll on that car. But it's surprising that this car has been running all day so far, because he only checked the engine last weekend, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it was during the week, actually, what everybody said. So you got Isabella Lawrence coming at you up the Cedar Straight, car 15, the Renault Clio. And Dave Warner is just coming through, car 19. 83.99 for Dave. Isabella's coming through to you now.
Yeah, the Clio exiting Museum, using all the rev of the 4-cylinder of that little Clio.
Okay, Isabella's gone through the line, 69.34. You got Dave Warner, 76 up the top there.
Yeah, that looks very quick from that little Clio, using all the track in fallow into Museum, tucking the front end in, almost running on the grass at the exit of Museum.
Right, I got Ian Richards, car 20, Renault Clio, 182, 2-liter engine, 64 through Lake, another quick little car coming up the hill too. This is Class A1 at the moment. Ian, I missed the time on the last one, but Ian is already up Cedar Straight, 77 miles an hour to you, sir.
Yeah, very quick car, very late on the brake, using all the track at the exit of fallow. He's now tucking the front end for Museum, using a very nice line to get all the speed on the finish line.
Car 21, Robin Holden, a Mazda Roadster, 1884. Nicely prepared car. This got some very good preparation on it. 2:43 on the 64-foot time. 63.92 for Ian Richards, car 20. 78 for the Mazda, and I've got a Lotus Exige coming through.
Yeah, tires squealing, the engine revving on the MX-5. And he's now onto the finish straight.
Right, the Mazda, you haven't got a time yet. You got Simon Curtin coming up there in the Lotus Exige. Up Cedar Straight already, bright green thing. 63.34 for Robin in the Mazda. 84 on the Exige.
Yeah, he's now into fallow, using all the track on the outside, tucking the car in into Museum, using all the throttle on the exit of Museum.
Right, I got Rob Wilson in our We Want the Peugeot 205. The other driver, car 23, is on the hill. He's up towards you. 254 on the 64-foot line. Absolutely belting this thing, screaming for mercy. 60.12 for the Exige.
Yeah, almost looking the brake at the end of the Cedar Straight.
Sorry I cut you off there. Didn't mean to do that. Tony Adams, car 26, Porsche Cayman, R3400. CC engine, 2.50. We're in A2 at the moment, Class A2 for series production over 2-liter cars. Up the Cedar Straight we go. Got a speed of 81.
Yeah, very strong on the brake, that car. Into Museum now. Almost a blind corner for the drivers, very difficult corner to navigate.
Car 27, Phil James in the Porsche Cayman GT4, 3.8-liter. This is a piece of kit, this one. 228 on the 64-foot. Lake was 67, entry into Triangle. On the way Cedar Straight to you already. 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, Phil entering the left-hander here, keeping it nice and tidy. Lovely sound from the six-cylinder of the Porsche.
Right, got Simon Hutchinson in the BMW M2 competition, car 29. Regular competitor here, very quick in this car. 74 entering Lake on Triangle, coming up Cedar Straight to you now. 61.83 for Phil James, 75 mile an hour for Simon.
Yeah, almost locking the wheels. The car going on a bit squarely. Lot of power in this 6-cylinder car. It will be flying through the finish line.
Right, we got John Maycock in the Mazda 1884 Turbo. This thing has got some serious power in it. 242 on the 64, but 59.64 for Simon Hutchinson in the BMW. Up Cedar Straight already we go. 85 mile an hour on the Mazda.
Yeah, using all the curb on the entry. A little bit of a twitch of the car on the exit. Into Museum, keeping it nice and tidy through there, maximizing the exit speed.
Right, car 31, Simon Tarling. Porsche 996 GT3, 3600, 58.13 for John Maycock in that Mazda. Very quick time. Right, we've got Simon Tarling coming to you, car 31. Up the Cedar Straight he goes. Speed, 75.
Yeah, he's now taking a steady entry into fallow, using all the track on the exit. A very tidy run on here.
Okay, Simon's going to finish. I got Robert Lancaster Gay, Porsche 997 GT3 RS. Look, you're adding letters and numbers of these cars. 74, they threw the time trap into the triangle. 62.49 for Simon Tarling in the 996. We've got 997 coming at you. Robert Lancaster Gay, 78 mile an hour.
Yeah, great sound in that Porsche through the straight. He's now entering the left-hander, using all the track on the exit. Now entering museum, keeping it nice and tidy.
Right, got Rodney Isles in the Alfa Romeo 4C. Behave yourself, although I think you've given this up for the Peugeot, so we'll have to make sure you didn't put that in your pocket. 6060 for Robert Lancaster in the Porsche 997. Got Rodney Isles in the Alfa Romeo 4C 1750 Turbo. Beautiful car. Ben will tell you more about it. 237 on 64 foot, 71 through lake on braking, entering triangle. Up the straight he goes.
Yeah, and I can hear the
81.
That's what we can call the Italian Ellis, for, if we can say. He's now going into museum, popping and banging with the 4-cylinder turbo. He's going through the finish line now.
Right, got Martin Rudder, car 51. Borrowed this car since his wasn't ready. So what do you do when you need another car? You get 60.11 on the Alfa Romeo. You borrow an XK120 with a 3.8 liter out of a Bentley when your Fiat X19's not ready. Slightly different. Anyway, beautiful old car. Martin's borrowed that from a friend who's been running in another class. So up the hill he goes, 59.
Yeah, definitely a different balance compared to his Fiat. He's almost came to a stop at the
just sort of lost speed. Lost speed there for a minute. It's going again. So we got a Subaru coming at you. James Dockery, Subaru Impreza STI 2-liter turbo. Car 36, 213 and 64 foot, 67 to you.
Yeah, that's Subaru already with me, using all the track on the exit. You can hear the turbo whistling on that car. He's now taking into museum, using all the track and the power of the car through the finish line.
Right, car 37, Stephen Moore, Mitsubishi Evo 6, 2.3 liter turbo. So this has got the big engine in it. 209 on the 64 foot, 72 braking through the speed trap and lake. Up the Cedar Straight, 65 mile an hour.
Yeah, slowing the car down into fallow. Very nice and tidy through there. And then into museum, taking the car in, using the 4-wheel drive to exit the corner.
Right. We've got the first of our Yaris's, Ian Fido, car 38. 5936 for the Mitsubishi, 5936. Ian Fido, Toyota Yaris GR Circuit Pack, 1600T. Don't look quick, but they are stupidly quick cars, these things. 67 through lake, already on the Cedar Straight. Look out for the ABS kicking on with the flashing lights. 78 mile an hour.
Yeah, great car to see on the hills. You can see the tiny and the agile, as you can see, and he's now going in through museum using the 4-wheel drive.
Alan Mansfield in the red version of same car. This one's just it was listed Yaris. I don't know if it's got the circuit pack. 6402 for Ian Fido. 39 Alan Mansfield, same car, different color. So back-to-back test here. 74 to you.
Yeah, he's now entering fallow, using all of the curb on the inside, pushing hard, slowing the car down for museum.
Right, Andrew Coleman, car 40 in the Subaru Impreza 2-liter turbo, motoring his way up the hill towards you. 6408 for Alan Mansfield in the Yaris, 81 on the Subaru.
Yeah, Andrew very quick on the hill today in his practice run this morning. He's now going into museum, exiting. You can hear the turbo whistling.
Right, Rick Letty is on his way to you in the Monster Audi TT RS 2.5 liter. This is road going 4-wheel drive cars. This thing is stupidly quick. Rick is quick and it's 83 to you.
Yeah, Rick, very good competitor here, always quick, and it's lovely to hear the 5-cylinder sound of this car.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's got that or not. Who knows? And anyway, John Hoyle's coming through here. Caterham 7 Super Sprint 747. So now we're getting to double drivers at the end of the batch here. So Caterham Super Sprint 226 2-liter engine in the thing. We'll go with that. Quick little car. 80 mile an hour to you.
Yeah, now entering Fallow, using all the curb and the track on the exit of the corner. And then into Museum, keeping it nice and tidy. Through the finish line now.
Right, Andy Fraser in the Audi R3. I think it's an RS3, could be an R3. This is a replacement car for the Aston Martin that they didn't want to work this morning, so they got this out. So this is Andy Fraser, double-driven car. In the RS, R3, whatever.
I believe this is the R8.
Oh, it's an R8. Yes,
Yeah.
okay. We've got an incorrect on the screen.
Yeah, have the R8 V10.
Right, 81 to you, and then I've got Phil Cook in a Westfield coming right up behind him.
Not the usual car that you'll see on the hill, but it's the great diversity that we have today, and you'll hear the sound of the engine through the finish line now.
Okay, we got cars all over the place. I got Richard Price coming at me. 78 for Phil Cook.
Yeah, very quick car, as I can see. He's already up with me into Museum. Exiting or using all the power through the Museum and through the finish line.
Whoa, Richard Price actually up Cedar Straight, pulled the left front wheel off the ground with acceleration.
Hold on.
Okay, and maybe a little too much acceleration, so...
Yes. I have the car right in front of me, Owen.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he has...
So he's just gone
misjudged
off in the
braking.
grass by the looks of things.
Yes.
So car 774, which is on the course right now, is... oh, we're going for a replay. So if you're online, very quick, and it's just the back end got around. Folks, there's a lot of grass up there, so he just went for a ride, and actually he's just driving straight back on track. So not a problem. There's some good, it's fairly safe venue. This is, if you fall off, there's room to make mistakes. So, yep, and there he goes across the line. And the time, I don't know how much grass he brought with him, but the lawn is now cut in that area.
Yeah, well, frustrating run for him, but
He was on it. I saw it. Like I've got on the cameras here and online to you. You may have noticed it. Just coming out of keepers, he accelerated, and it's literally the left front wheel just lifting. He had so much power going to it, and such a squat on the car, absolutely launching the thing.
a great image for everyone watching it.
Yeah.
live
If
stream.
you're watching online, it was absolutely an attack on the hill. It was a good run. And it looks like the rear brakes just locked up a little bit and threw them around. But no problem. It's only a practice as well. So not hit anything, not done the rest of it. And we're going for a replay again. And I don't know if you catch it, but it was just at the beginning there of the replay. But you can just see right there, the back end, rear wheels just locked up and spun them around backwards. Slid along the grass for a bit of a bumpy ride, and then just stopped. Lots of runoff up there, so nothing to hit, and drove on back. So there we go.
Only the driver's pride has been hit.
Yeah, but he might make the highlights reel. They're always doing highlights of things on YouTube, and everybody else is doing things like that. So you never know. Okay, so I need to catch my breath for a minute.
No risk.
I don't know about them working out, but I'm exhausted.
No risk and no story, I was going to say. He took all the risk, and he's going to have a story when he's going to be driving down the hill.
Yeah,
into
no
the
risk,
paddock.
no glory. He's got the glory. There's only a few people at the ice cream truck, so if you're itching for an ice cream, we're just waiting. There was another car on the hill. They had to red flag for safety, so that car stopped. They've now turned it around, and he's coming back down the hill, I believe.
Yes, he is, yes.
Yeah, so he's coming back down the hill now, and then they'll get a rerun, okay? Because anytime a run is aborted because of something that's not your fault, you get that run again, so you do not lose. It's the only fair way to do it on here, because if you were following somebody that kept having mechanical problems or something, it would be kind of annoying after a while. So here we go. So we should see car 774, I believe, coming back down the hill. It'll go into the paddock and just line up again. So that's more time to sit in the sun and be a baked potato. Anyway, here we go. So back in he comes. Right.
So we should have just a few cars left in that batch. The parking here at the top is filling up, so I believe we're going to have maybe another 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah, possibly. I just got a comment in from saying about the not having little hatchbacks. What was this? It's great to see all these fun little hatchbacks we don't get in America. I'm trying to, because obviously I'm from Canada and I used to race there, and I'm trying to think of what little hatchbacks there were. Honda Civics from the 1980s. That's Japanese. Little Ford Festivas. They used to have the old Festas. We're talking a lot of old cars, though. I'm trying to think of Honda Jazzes and things like that, but even those cars have gotten quite big compared to some of what we've got here. We have a lot more city cars here, as they call them, or country cars, I guess. But yeah, so I'm just trying to think. Ben, can you think of any modern small little hatchbacks? It's not a century car. Yeah, resultsman.co.uk if you're having to be online. I know they put it up on the screen. If you go to Resultsman, you can actually see the live timing. So if you're not on YouTube and watching it that way, you can go on your phone to Resultsman and just look at the results as they go there. So you don't have to listen to my blathering. You know what? I don't know. What's blathering in French? Do you have such a thing?
No, I don't think we have such a thing.
So what do you call someone that just rambles on incessantly and says absolutely nothing? And don't say annoying.
Oh my God, I have to switch my French brain on.
Oh, I'm
again.
sorry. I didn't mean to switch the French brain. Don't set it on. Don't turn it on. We'll send up a Japanese car. You'll get all confused.
We love the Japanese car, but to come back to your comment on the little hatchback that we have today, well, the Yaris GR is a little hatchback. They've grown a lot, so...
Yeah, I guess the Yaris has gotten to be, I guess that'll be a modern thing. Right, off the line, 774, Dave Kimberly in the Caterham Hayabusa 1600. That's a 1600cc motorcycle engine, folks. Anyway, he's 202 off the line. He's absolutely off and gone on it. Coming down through Lake already, 72 miles an hour, hard to brakes into Triangle. Off he goes up into Keepers. Very smooth drive, this. Up Cedar Straight. And we're just coming up to the speed trap right now. 83 mile an hour.
Yeah, great sound of the car on the straight. He's using all the curb on the entry. Little bit of a twitch on the outside of Valo. And into Museum. Gathered it. Almost lost the back end at the exit of Museum there, but it should be a very good run.
53.02.
This is quick.
5.3. That is quick. Very quick. Right. I'm wondering if we're having the luck of the draw here and we're doing a batchy thing, or we're doing a batch coming back down. So you're sending me your cars again, sir.
I am sending you the cars. We'll be starting with the Yaris GR, followed by the Subaru Impreza and the TTRS.
Okay. Now, going back to our which car do we prefer, and I'm still having trouble with the Peugeot over the Skoda rally cars, so bear with me. But you've gone with the Peugeot over the Alfa. So here's my next question to you. Peugeot or Yaris GR?
Oh, the Peugeot 205 every day, I'm sorry.
Well, don't apologize to me. I'd choose the same thing, to be honest. I like old school. Maybe because I'm old, but I don't know. You know, does that mean I'm old school, or is it, I'm old school, but I wasn't old when I was at school?
Yeah, I am way too young to have been sitting behind the wheel of the 205, but I have driven a few, and they are great little cars.
Yeah. You know, there comes the Alpine. I call it the Alpine. He's listed as an A110. You think are you going to get mad at the organizers for putting you with me today? It's like, oh boy. It's like, who's working with Owen today? Everybody suddenly had to go wash their hair, including the bald one. Right. So we got some nice cars coming back down. Got the old, I still do like that Alpine. The old A40. So this is their third time run. So I believe that's it for these guys for the day. We'll see them tomorrow on the hill for some more shenanigans of the more timed nature. Now the weather is iffy for tomorrow, folks. It makes it a little more interesting, and for those with big horsepower going against, or little horsepower going against big horsepower, wet makes a difference.
True, and
yeah, so there could be, it makes it quite interesting.
Yeah, this will be interesting for the single-seaters, the motorbike engine single-seater. Powered car probably going to have the advantage if it's wet tomorrow.
Yeah, little cars there. I think that little Peugeot could have it done with it. It's got 13-inch wheels on it, and he's running in road going, so he's still got treaded tires on the car. But I think it's quick anyway. There we got Mazdas. I got a Porsche. Got a few Porches. You gave up your other Alpha. Oh yeah, we decided the Alpha has been dropped, hasn't it? All right. It's a piece of art. I will give you that, and all the rest of it. But lonely little 205 will do us just fine. But I'm still having trouble between that and the Skoda.
I think the Skoda for you is the one that you'd have to sit. Sit in for today.
I never did get. I went over there lunchtime, but he wasn't there. I did go and drool on it a bit more.
Probably the guy
he probably knew I was coming and ran for it.
Run away from you.
Yeah, I have that effect on most people. It's like, Owen's coming, quick, hide. Run, pretend you're busy, ignore him. Ugh.
Well, I have a lot of spectators certainly on the top of the hill, and
yeah, I think I'm losing spectators here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe they're just like, I've had enough of this nonsense. I've got more behind me. They're hiding behind me, so I know what it is. They're going back there, so they can't. I can't see them, so I can't pick on them. Although a nice young lady has just waved at me to say hi. Thank you. Someone acknowledges my existence. Right, here we go. The gate's closed. My ever-fearless gate marshal is on the way, and on the line we have an orange. I'm going to go with Caterham. It looks like they've changed plans again, and they're going back to what we originally thought it might be before they said, "Oh, we're going to do it this way." Although we are only 20 past 2, so I think that's going to work out right. So they're going to run. I think we're going to run everybody practice, and then the new barn guys will do their second-time runs. I think that's the way it's going to go. But as ever, the goalposts move. When you're dealing with motorsport, the goalposts actually have wheels on them. They pull them around, so you never know what's going on. Right, Anthony Sherman, car 45. This is third practice run for our Midland Hillclimb Championship competitors. The Caterham 310R, 232 on the 64-foot. And coming into my sight for real right now, through Lake, 65 mile an hour, hard into triangle. Gets back on the power, very tidy exit, up into Keepers. Through Keepers he goes, onto the Cedar straight, not straight.
Yeah,
I can't really call it the Cedar curve because it kind of wiggles back. Cedar snake? Maybe we'll call it a snake, not a straight. I don't think the organizer was. 78 mile an hour to you, sir.
Yeah, very lovely Caterham to see. Always exciting cars to see on the hill. Up and top cars, you can see what the driver is putting. You can see the steering input on that car.
Yeah. I got car 46, Jerry Neary, in the Westfield SE1 1998 cc engine car. Already up the straight coming to you. 62.18 for Anthony Sherman. 74.
Yeah, coming very fast at the end of the Cedar Straight here. Managed to break the car into fallow. Now going into museum. Keeping it nice and tidy.
Okay, I've got Ray Lohr in car 47, Caterham 7 Super Sprint, 2068 cc engine. Very quick car this, if I remember from this morning's practice runs. 70 miles an hour to Lake and Triangle, coming to you with a speed of... Oops. No speed.
Yeah, he's using all the curb on the entry of fallow. Nearly lost it coming out of the corner into museum now.
I've got Steve Garner, car 48. Looks like he's almost sitting on the ground with this car. Squealy tires. I said I wanted squealy tires. I got squealy tires. Westfield SCI 2048cc, 75 in the lake. Absolutely hauling the mail here. 73 to you.
Yeah, very low car. Using all the track on the exit of Fallow, going into a museum, keeping it nice and tidy, and then pushing hard for the finish line.
Right, I got Tim Higgins, car 70 coming through. 238 on 64. 57.94 for Steve Gardner. Tim Higgins in the Westfield 1998cc. A little bit slower this car than the previous. Already on the Cedar Straight. Coming up to the speed trap now. 72.
Yeah, braking gently into Fallow, using all the curb on the entry, trying to keep the speed up through the corner. Going into museum. And he's using all the power of the engine for the finish line.
Okay, I've got Andrew Russell, 62.15 for Tim Higgins. Andrew Russell, the Ginetta G15, 1120cc engine. This is the modified production cars up to 1400cc. I believe it's class C1 on your program. 237, 61 through Lake. No speed coming to you.
Yeah, he's already with me, entering Fallow, using all the track on the exits, keeping nice line into museum, and then pushing very hard at the exit of museum.
Phil Tucker, car 53, beautiful Vauxhall Nova, 1398cc engine, 249 on the 64-foot, 67 in the lake, 40 on the Cedar Straight, coming your way. Another car, 78 mile an hour.
Yeah, very clean car here on the hill today. You can see, you can hear the 1400cc engine revving all the way to God knows what RPM. But it's a very exciting car to watch.
Okay, Roy Holder in the Renault X85. I'm not sure what that is. 2 liter, looks like a Clio to me. .286 on the 64-foot, 67. Roy, last 2 events has had some technical issues, bugs to try to get out, but it looks like the car's serving it well to get 74.
Yeah, Roy is looking very quick at the end of the Cedar Straight there.
These are up to 2 liter modified cars. I've got Mark Honey, car 57 in the Peugeot 205. Now, this car, this class allows slicks, but he is on road-based tires. So he's got a little bit of disadvantage. They are track car tires, but a little bit of disadvantage. Up the hill he goes. Coming up Cedar Straight. So he did 60 coming into Lake, 68 to you.
Yeah, very nice. 205 going into the Fallow now, using all the curb on the entry. And then he's going to try and tuck the inside of the car in so he can maximize his exit speed.
Right. I've got Michael Harriman in the car 58 in the Mark I Clio. Been quickest in this class the last weekends that have been here. 65.30 for Mark Honey.
Yeah, Michael, a regular of the Loton Park, HillClimb here. A very quick driver all the time, almost on 3 wheels for museum here.
Right, I got Carl Stevens in the Ford Escort, and he is absolutely driving it like a Ford Escort should be driven. Hard. Michael Harriman, 59.99. Carl's already to you with 83.
Yeah, used all the curb on the entry of Fallow here. Great sound of that little Ford engine.
Yeah. They use Mark II Escorts. They use tarmac, they use grass, they use dirt, they use sand, they use it all at the same time. They're not happy if they don't. Right. So Carl did a 57.30. Now I've got Richard Jones, car 61, Porsche 911, 3 liter, old school. You've got that old proper Porsche growly sound. 212 on a 64-foot, 69 entering Lake, through Lake and into Triangle, excuse me. Up Cedar Straight we go. Absolutely pushing this thing. It actually is swirling around. 67 to you.
Yeah, this car was very lively this morning into the practice run. He's now going into museum, keeping it nice and tidy there. A lot cleaner than this morning. You can see he's got a lot of practice in his hands now.
Right. You have Tim Painter on the track in the car 62 is the Audi R8, not R3, it's an R8. Now we've got that one straightened out. 2.34, very quick car, 68 into Lake, entering Triangle. already onto the Cedar Straight. Up the hill he goes. This is not the car they plan to run this weekend. This is, we needed something for points, so that's what we got. 64.
Yeah, this R8 looking almost like a standard production car, but a very fast car with the V10 at the back, and you can hear the sound of that R8 is sounding lovely on the hill here.
Right, 63, Peter Turnbull in the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup 3.6 liter. Kind of reminiscent of the current Porsche GT cars running around. Very quick car, went so fast I didn't even get a speed. Both times, missed both speed traps.
Yeah, very exciting car to see on the hill today. Don't get to see them all the time. Car number 63 through the finish line.
Right, Paul Howells in a Porsche 911 RSR 3.8 liter. Back to the old school, growly old thing. Quick as came 77 through Lake into Triangle. Absolutely, this car is quick. 81 to you.
Yeah, that car using all the track, all the speed into fallow, carrying a lot of speed through Museum. The back end slightly moving, but
right, I have Roger Moran in the Skoda Fabia R5 rally car on hill climb slicks. I'm surprised he's using the corners. I think he just goes straight up the hill with it. Right, here we go. This is the one I'm trying to lean against this one over the Peugeot, but I'm sticking with this one, I'm afraid. Very quick, 90.
yeah, the engine popping and banging through fallow here, and now into Museum. Such an exciting car to see. You can see a little bit of a roll into the car. It's obviously a rally car, so it hasn't got.
Yeah, I got 69 Ash Mason in the Westfield SCI 1340 Supercharged. 197.64, 88 to you.
Yeah, very quick car that is, going in through fallow, using all the speed into here, into Museum. Little bit of a twitch, all under control.
Right, Roger did a 54.21. I just realized I've got other times up here. Ash Mason did a 51.33. Phil Goff in the Caterham Hayabusa 1300, 2.22 off the 64 foot. Absolutely honking, hauling the mail, as you say. 74 into Lake and Triangle, 85 to you.
Yeah, he's now entering fallow, using all the track on the exit. Going into Museum, blind entry to that corner, a little bit wide on the exit.
Right, I've got 72 for Tom Price in the Caterham 7, 1585cc on the hill. Ripped a start, 64 foot, 95 to you.
Yeah, very quick car, almost sideways coming out to fallow, into Museum, all under control. Lifting a wheel at the exit of Museum.
Stupidly, 51.87. 51.8, that is a ripping time. Okay, we got car 71 did a 56.80. We got Simon Jenks just come by me, Caterham Supersport 1667. 2.28 on the 64 foot, 84 through Lake into Triangle, coming up the Cedar Straight, 92 to you.
Yeah, he's entering fallow now. Quick car that is, going into Museum, down the gear, and using all the throttle through the finish line now.
All right, car 74, Andrew Griffiths in the Hayabusa 1600. That's a big motorcycle engine, folks. 239 64 foot through Lake, 78 into the braking for Triangle. He is coming 95.
Yeah, using all the curb on the entry, very quick through Museum, looking to carry the speed into the corner.
Okay, we got Richard Weaver on the hill. Now, Rich, we had a technical problem with his son Tom. Luckily, they got the car fixed. 788 OMS Hornet. So this is father. Son will be back up with his car shortly. So we're getting the end of the batch. So this is a racing car, under 1100cc class car. 76 through Lake into Triangle. And it's got big brakes on that thing. 84 to you, sir.
Yeah, Richard already with me, entering fallow now. Keeping a tidy line through the corner, into Museum now.
Okay, I've got Richard Summers in the Van Diemen RF92. This is the Formula Ford class, pre-1994, car 795. This is an RF92, and he's on Cedar Straight already. 5670 for Richard Weaver. 79.
Yeah, keeping a tight line into the entry of fallow now, going into Museum now.
Okay, I got 804 Trisha Davis in the Renault TKD YV8 2-liter. That's 2 motorcycle, 1-liter engines whacked together. 201 off the line, 82 in the Lincoln Triangle, 83 to you.
Yeah, that car sounds fantastic here, and very purposeful in his yellow livery, using all the power out of museum.
And over the line she goes, 5406. 5406. Well, I'm knackered, don't know about you.
It has been an exciting batch, isn't it?
Yeah, we get little breaks and then they throw everything in the kitchen sink at us, but we're getting there. We're hanging on for dear life. I hope spectators don't mind it. I am actually, if you're here spectating live, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm trying to line up with the online. I've got the online going at the same time, so if I'm slightly out of sync, I apologize, but we'll see what happens. We're doing the best we can here. This isn't the first time for me and Ben doing this, so you know, send your comments in on a postcard. Or anywhere else. Right, we've got Sarah Davis. We're back to the New Barn Championship runners. This is Sarah Davis, her second time run now. So she's done 261 in the 64-foot. And this is a little Fiesta ST. That's basically their daily driver. That they had all these other cars to choose from. They brought this. The car they were going to use, they decided to bring this instead. All right, come through Lake, 57. Into Triangle, 2761 to start. And off she goes up the hill into Keepers. I won't say her and her husband share this car. I won't say she's competitive, but after the conversation we saw they had with them this morning, she's competitive.
Yeah, this is the deciding run on who's going to do the washing up, right?
Yeah, I believe washing up is the default the loser does it routine.
Yeah, Sarah using all the track out of fallow now, keeping it nice and tidy for museum here. She'll be using all the power of that Fiesta.
Right, so I think she's been around the 72s today. And, whoa, 70.45. 70.45. If she's still on a 72, you'd be happy with that time. That was a good run. Right, I believe you're sending me back your shopping trolleys.
I am, yes. You'll see all the cars coming down the hill now.
Will I now?
In a few seconds with you, so a few cars needs to be pushed out. Some of those...
oh, right, we gotta... Right, I'm just doing the... if this is baseball, you have that 7th inning stretch. This would be American baseball. The 7th inning, everybody gets up and stretches for whatever reason. In my case, it's a little warm in this shack. In my case, I'm sort of ventilating. But, so here we go. Yeah, here comes the crazy car. Because that's the one that went off, wasn't it, with the other driver. So that's 72. Very quick car. Now, those cars we just saw, those Caterhams and Westfields, they are in the modified specialist car class. So they are heavily modified on slick tires. So not road legal, those ones. We love your... Oh. Well, unfortunately... Yeah, thank you, Dave. Sorry, I've got some comments online. I was just looking away from the screen. Tomorrow, Ben and myself are handing off to Chris and another Owen tomorrow. So because there's about 4 of us, they're kind of rotating around. So I won't be here. I've got to sort out a race car tomorrow. Ben will be spectating. Unless somebody changes their mind. I am available, but I'm 2 hours away, so we love your... Thank you. So, yeah, I got Clark of the course staring at his feet right now, trying to go, what kind of afternoon we're having. So, we got some cars just coming at you now, folks. Watch your backs.
Yeah, so when you'll get your Skoda R5 going down the hill in a few seconds.
I'm actually currently sticking my head out the door to inhale the the aura of the car. I can't think. It's too many syllables in the other word. But here we go. Just checking to see if my picnic knitter is still out, but I don't see them. But anyway, oh, there's the regalia shop. I thought it was up the top. It's over there. I'm staring out the side of the commentary booth, sideways, literally staring at the regalia shop. Hi there. Getting waves back. We're good. Right. So, where are we? Well, I'm just trying to work out what the plan is. I might have to just step into to go into the outer office and just check. I believe we are interspersed. Am I going to be right? I'm just going to be staring at somebody to nod their head that we're putting out the new barn championship runners next for their timed run. I think.
Yes. I believe we've seen the two shared cars.
Well, we've only seen one. The midget didn't come up the second time.
Yeah, this is what
so
I
we've
was
got
gonna
Sarah,
say.
but I'm just looking out the window. It looks like the competitors are lining up. So, so we've had that current batch is coming down. These are. Oh, hang on, the Skoda's here. Oh, yeah, okay, behave. Right. Yeah, I wonder if you can just leave the keys in that thing. It is road legal. I could take that home tonight. I'll get there quicker. So let me just. You want to talk to the spectators for a second? Let me just get an update. What's going on here? Unless I've hung you out to dry there. You okay there, Ben?
I am.
Are you dehydrated?
No, I am not dehydrating. I have
okay,
my
I'm on
bottle
my
of water, but it's very
third
hot
and last
on
bottle
here.
of water in here.
I have a lot of spectators that made it up to the hill.
Oh, okay. That's probably why they're not down here. They've all run away. I scared them off.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm looking out the window
here,
and have no spectators. They're all hiding behind me here.
I can see a Welsh chair, or maybe a Welsh flag. I don't know. It does seem like some people who might be liking rallying, or maybe a Welsh who've just come from across the border to spectate today. There's also a few photographers as well, wearing their, what you would call the camouflage. No, they're actually wearing their yellow vest here today. And a lot of people have sat also at the exit of museum as well. So if you want to make sure that you have a little bit somewhere bench to sit. There is also some bench at the top of the hill. If it's the first time on the hill, you can come up through the exit of Triangle and follow the track. You'll be following the wooden fence, and this will take you to the top and over to the finish line. And it's a very exciting hill. Not many hill here in the UK will be that long, and you'll see that if you go to Chelsea Walsh, it's literally almost a straight line.
Okay. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Guess what? There's a car coming up towards you. It's car 138, Will Goff, sec double driver of the Alfa Romeo 4C 1750T. It just did 67 miles an hour.
Indeed, he's now entering Fallow, as you can see. He's now entering museum, and he's now onto the finish straight.
Okay, hang on to your hat. Here we go. New Barn Car Speed Championship, second time runs. Car 200 is on the hill. Porsche Cayman S3 400 of Alan McFarlane. Car 200. Yes, so this is the second time runs for the Bugatti Owners Club New Barn Speed Championship. All on handicap, 72 mile an hour.
Yeah, he's now entering Fallow, so this is the last run of the day. He's going to try and improve on his previous times from this afternoon. He's now exiting museum, bit of a wide line, enter through the corner, but now it's through the finish line.
Right, car 201, Tim Stokes, already through Triangle, already through Keepers. Suzuki Swift Sport 1600, second time run. It was only 59 in the lake through Triangle, coming up the hill, 64 to you. And then I've got John Brunner in the Ginetta G20 that's already here.
Yeah, Jim using a wide line out of Fallow, flowing the car down into museum and using all the throttle on the exit.
Okay, John Brunner, car 202, the Ginetta G20, 1986cc engine. 54 through Lake into Triangle, not far off the Suzuki. Coming up to you, I haven't got a time, or a speed, sorry.
Yeah, he's now entering the left-hander. Open top car, you can see all of the input of the driver in that car. It's a very good car to watch when you're on the side of the track here.
Car 203, David Rose in the Lotus Elan 1600. Beautiful little car. Already on the Cedar Straight coming towards you. Followed by Martin Rawson in the MR2. So Little Elan is absolutely screaming 64.
Yeah, a very agile car and a very good car on the hill, those Lotus Elans. As you can see, he's now going in through Museum, slowing down and using all the throttle on the exit.
Right, Martin Rawson, car 204, Toyota MR2, Mark III, 1794cc engine, 266 on a 64-foot. Pretty good time, this car, on the Cedar Straight, coming up towards you. David Rose did a 66.77, John Brenner did a 68.05.
Yeah, Martin with his tires squealing, road car obviously, now almost losing it into Museum, a little bit wide into that corner, but he's straight through the finish line now.
Right, okay, we've got Ian Beattie, car 205 in the Jaguar XK120, 3.8 liter. Beautiful car, fastest straight line. Like corners too much. The car sort of gives him a bit of it's a bit of a handful to wrestle, but 55.
Yeah, a very elegant car on the hill today, that little SK120, 6-cylinder, great sound from this engine, and it's great to see the diversity we have today.
Okay, I've got Maggie Richards in car 206 in a Renault Clio RS200, 2-liter engine, or 1998cc. Not doing too bad. 52 through Lake into Triangle, 62 to you.
Yeah, the Clio entering fallow, using all the track on the exit, into Museum, keeping it nice and tidy in through the finish line.
Right, I've got car 207, the beautiful Sunbeam Alpine Series 3 of Simon Firth Bernard. 259 64-foot time. Bit of body roll. I don't believe this has the suspension on it for hill climbing, but hey, you can do anything on a hill climb except HGV. Lorry won't fit the track, I don't think. Commercial vehicles they frown upon, but other than that, 53 to you, sir. And then I've got a BMW.
Yeah, the Sunbeam going through fallow now. Great sound from the 1800 here, going through Museum, keeping it nice and tidy.
Right. Okay, catch up here. Car 209, Benjamin Willemowski in the BMW E30. And I don't know if that's a brother. I mean, there's a family affair here going on. This is the first one. 66 to you.
Yeah, the orange wheel on this car making it a very distinctive car on the hill.
And the 207, Simon Firth Bernard did a 76.03. Maggie Richards in the Clio did a 73.26. And you've got Benjamin Willemowski, and I've got Sam Willemowski following up the hill. Same car model. This one's got a little bit more racy look to it. Benjamin did a 69.49. Sam is 66 speed to you.
Yeah, the BMW entering fallow, using all the track on the exit. Into Museum. Nothing to report too much on it, it's just using all the power on the exit.
So, family battle going on here. Let's see who takes it. And I've got the Daimler Conquest, the 2.4. Hang on to her, son. He turned the wheel, the rest of the car decided to go the other way. Sam did a 70.18, so Benjamin has the advantage over those two in that battle. Peter Baker in the Daimler is on his way to you. I swear he turns the wheel and hopes he stays in the seat. It looked like it was hanging on for dear life there. I got a Mazda MX-5 of Richard Morris coming through here. 55 through Lake on the braking. Hard top car, nice tidy little car with a 1598cc engine in it. Right, no speed on the Daimler, but she's there.
Yeah, it's now exiting Museum now, going through steady pace, but you can see the wheel moving and squealing on that car.
Okay, you got the Mazda coming at you. 57. Oh no, speed. That was the Daimler. 90.12 for the Daimler. No speed on the Mazda, and Richard Hampstead is in the Renault Clio right behind. 213 is coming. 212 is at you. Past you.
The Mustang going through the finish line now.
Okay. Almost need to catch our breath with this one. So, the Daimler did 90.12. Richard Morrison, the red MX-5, has done a 77.45. Richard Hampstead, which is with you right now, did 73. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, the Clio pushing really hard into museum. You can see he's really trying in that car.
Okay, so Richard did a 66.04. 214 is on the hill. Peter Cooper, I think we can breathe for a second here. Peter Cooper in the Rover 200, BRM LE 1796. It's VVC powered, I think, this one, so it's 160 horsepower one, isn't it? I think it is. Car 214. He's 51 into lake, entering triangle, 3162. When I'm saying just 51 in numbers, that's miles per hour. Up Cedar Straight he comes. I've got Colin Davis. That's the husband of Sarah Davis, and he's got to beat a 7045. Anyway, that ought to be funny. Right, to you, Peter. 55.
Yeah, the Rover 200 entering fallow. Nothing too dramatic in that car. He's trying to keep it clean into the corners, and now exiting museum, using all the power, and he's going to go through the finish line in a few seconds.
Right, not to cause domestic destruction, but okay, Colin is on a 67 speed to you. He needs to beat 7045 to beat his wife.
Yeah, Colin trying really hard. He doesn't want to do the washing up tonight, you can see.
You know they're going to eat out, don't you?
Probably.
Right, I've got Pete. 69.51 for Colin Davis. 69.51. So I'm not sure what the handicap is, but if they're going straight up, Sarah's doing the dishes.
Yes.
Pete Dewhurst is in the MG Midget, the 1275. It is still alive and running. 216 is the number on the car. 282 off to 64 foot. And up the hill she comes. And I've got Paul Renison in the Porsche 944. 55 to you, sir.
Yeah, the little midget entering fallow now, keeping it nice and tidy, using all the road on the exits, now going up to museum, breaking the car down to use all of the exit speed you can get from that car.
Right, so I've got Paul Renison, car 217 in the Porsche 944 S2, 2.99 liter engine, last year's New Barn Speed champion. Pete in the midget did 80.56. And Paul is probably already past you. Sorry about that, Ben.
Yeah, Paul has been trying really hard, braking late at the end of the Cedar Straight.
66.82. 66.82. And we got Oliver Meek coming at you, 75 mile an hour in the Fiesta.
Yeah, Tari is squealing on the Fiesta.
Oof.
Going wide on the exit of fallow, into museum, pushing hard on that car, trying to maximize the exit speed out of museum.
Right, I got Richard Charles Snow, car 219 in the Porsche Cayman GT4. 66.69 for Oliver Meek in that ST. That's a quick time compared to the other ST. 72 in Lake and Triangle. Here comes Richard in the Cayman GT4, 81.
Yeah, entering fallow and the 6-cylinder singing along, entering museum now. A really exciting car to watch and listen to.
61.80 for the Porsche.
Yeah, so this is almost 3/10 down from his previous run.
Ah, right. Oh, you're keeping track, sir.
I am trying to.
Yeah, I was having trouble with everything that's going on here, so thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, that's end of batch, and I believe that is the conclusion of the, that's the second time run done for the Bugatti Owners Club New Barn Cars Speed Championship. Make sure I get that right. New Barn Cars Speed Championship. That's their event done for the weekend because they were only running to Saturday. So what we'll get now is the third practice run for the Midland Hillclimb Championship in preparation for tomorrow. I've spotted a couple of our camouflaged invaders wandering down the side there. They've appeared from the undergrowth. Don't you point that thing at me. Hi, guys. Anyway, I can't remember the names. I think one was Steve and one was something else, but I'll get it all wrong. I'll just call them something else. But because my memory, actually no, it's not. Different photographers. They're all wearing high vis. They all look the same. High vis and hats. Although these two aren't wearing hats, so that theory goes out the window.
That's right, Owen. I've got number 5 just in front of me. He's waving at me.
Oh, that would be, yeah, that's one of the, that's might be the Steve. Those are the two. You should have 5 and 12. If 5's around, 12 should be around there somewhere.
Oh, yes, I can see 12.
Are they giving you the international salute to say hi?
Yes, yes, they are. I can see them through the trees.
It is a family channel. Right, so here we go. Beautiful selection of cars. Thank you, competitors from this championship, for coming out today. Beautiful display of lovely cars. That Alpine, that's something else. Way to go, 209. You're a little ahead of 210. Well done. Nice Porsche. Here's my taxi, ready to go home. I don't know if it's a taxi or it's one of those getaway cars that you used to see in the old movies. I don't know. All I know is you must have a sore back trying to stay in the seat on that thing, because it's got the old leather proper old seats in it.
It's a bench seat on that car, right?
Is it?
Yes,
It did look like the steering wheel went one way and the car went the rest of it. You know, he was hanging on for dear life. So there we go. We got the Rover. We've got the guy that's not doing dishes tonight, and I think, unless the handicap was in Sarah's favor, might have to find out later.
We'll have to.
Yeah, we might have to hunt them down.
I think Colin has done a 69.5, which is his best time in his second run, and if I wrote this down correctly, Sarah's managed to do 7.4. So
yeah, 70.45 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so almost 9/10 between those two. So
yeah.
It's quite a competition.
Clark's going for a walk again. I'm always nosy. Let's see what he's up to this time. Oh, no, young lady. Right. Okay, a query from somebody. All right, red flags are in. So now we're back to Midland Speed. Sorry, why do I keep doing that? There's so many championships. Our Midland Hillclimb Championship runners and riders. Third practice run. These are the rest of the batches. I think there's 2 more batches to go. So we'll see some of the quick. Now we're going to get into the formula cars and the racing cars and single-seaters. And then there's a Malik on the line that's, I guess, a single-seater, but it's to one side. I think it's supposed to be a 2-seater thing, but they put the thingy over. Malik, very popular. Clubman's car, that's what it's called. Clubman's car. 1700cc engine off the line in 2.10. Malik, MK20, Mark 20. Robert Nicholson, car 77. What class are we in now, Ben? Caught you off guard, didn't I?
Yes, you have.
Sport Libre cars up to 2 liter.
So this is class F.
And he's carrying on, but he didn't like the length of the grass, so he's just trimmed that for us as he traveled through. He's carrying on up the hill, but at a greatly reduced speed. So they'll marshal them on. Oh, I've got a replay online. So here we go. Lock the wheels up. A little too hot. Locked the wheels up. Couldn't get the car rotated around and just sort of dropped the wheel on the grass. Carried on. Didn't, no harm, no foul. But that run is no good. Right, I've got Mark Pottle coming through, car 79 in the RCM Suzuki 1340. And apparently the Gardner's really lacking here. So, so he's dropped the wheel off on the grass and pulled over to the side. So I think we're going to have a stoppage here for a minute while everybody just regroups for a second. And, we'll be back. So you've got one car up. Has your car made it up there yet?
I have, yes. 1 car up the hill. It's just probably going to be very frustrated
I've
driver
just,
behind the wheel.
car 79, he's just parked on the grass entering keepers. Dropped the wheel off, did a little bit of the old grass cutting, and just stopped. So, doesn't look like any issues or problems like that, but just it looks like the lawnmower needs the blade adjusting. So, anyway, there you go. That is live. So the next car that was just coming out of Loggerheads has been stopped. That car will be fed back. That should be the Riot of Sylvia Riot of Martin Watts. He's going to be redirected back into the paddock, and we'll go around again. So they're just putting the flip-flops back up. He decided to take a flip-flop out while he was doing a bit of grass cutting around the edges. So the Canadian, oh, thank you, Peng 917. It is Canadian. I appreciate the comments. Thank you very much. Somebody out there likes me. I'm just waving at people. They're all looking at me like I'm a numpty. Anyway, here we go. Right, so on screen, you can see car 79. They're going to turn the car around and bring him back down to triangle, and they can put the car back into the paddock. So we don't have to worry about that. So, right. So, of course, now we got the emergency vehicles going the wrong way on the track again. So now it's time to, what are we going to do here? They're going to go all the way up and come around, or they're going to stop, let the car go, then back up, and then they go. So it's a lot of three-point turn practice today, folks. So, yep, Clark of the course is doing his best imitation of okay, can I pick on him? Can he hear me inside the car? Yeah, sorry, Ben. Apparently I am blathering. Anyway, so 79's come back in. He's going to go clean the grass out of his car for tomorrow. We've got the Clark of the course car has turned around, is now returning to its position of importance. And the rescue unit is also just getting turned around. So as soon as they get back into place again, the red flags drop and we'll be on. Oh, wait a minute. We've still got to get this other car back in. So once these cars get out of the way, there's a car just exiting Loggerheads. If you're looking on screen right now to your right where that car is backing up, there's a car just stopped at the top there. And there you go there. That's the other end of it, the back end of it, if you will. So that'll come back down into the paddock and roll around for another run because it wasn't his fault. So here we go. Coordination carrying on its best. So that was an interesting start to the next batch. Still with me, Ben? Wake up.
I am still with you. I'm just listening to you, Owen. Haven't got much to report here at the top of the hill. People are just enjoying the sun on my right or the shade just in front of me. So yeah, great turnout today for the HillClimb Championship today. So
yeah, Midland Hillclimb Championship, sponsored by BMTR Motorsport Tires.
Yes, and I believe this is the third round.
Maybe they've done. It might be.
Or the second round of the year.
I keep thinking it's second because they would have run with the British Championship that ran at Prescott.
Yes.
So there'd be Prescott, and then the British Championship went to Ireland, and then they were at Harewood last weekend. So none of those qualify. The Midland Hillclimb Championship essentially uses, well, the three hills in the Midland. You've got Loton Park, Shelsey Walsh, and Prescott. I can't remember. I'm going by. Oh, third have done Prescott and Shelsey. I stand corrected. A viewer online has just told me. So this is the third round. Thank you very much for the input. We'll take information from anywhere. So this is the third round. They've done Prescott and Shelsey once already. Actually, there was a Shelsey week. Yeah, okay. That must have been the thing last weekend. Right, okay. So yeah, the British Championship's off this weekend. They've done Ireland and Harewood and Prescott. And the Midland Hillclimb have done Prescott and Shelsey once already. Maybe the person online can tell me, but they do 3 rounds at Loton, 3 at Chelsea, 3 at Prescott. I keep thinking there's 1 at Gersten Down, but I'm not sure if that exists. I apologize. I actually didn't look at the championship schedule this year. Nope. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm asking the gentleman online, or the person online, if or the person running this, I think. So is it just 9 rounds in the championship? I guess the question is. I'll wait for an answer on that one. Right, on the line we have the TVR Chimera, Mike Luck from Stratford-on-Avon, 5-liter V8. Now, I grew up with muscle cars and stuff in Canada. Oh, thank you, sir. And yes, 9 rounds of the HillClimb Championship. Appreciate the support. So, yes, 3 Chelsea, 3 Loton, 3 Prescott, hence the Midland Hillclimb Championship. Right, this is the closest thing I'm going to get to an American V8 today. This actually technically is a very old American V8. They were based on a Buick V8, and then they kept making them bigger and bigger. They bought the design of it back in the 60s. Here we go, in the triangle. 71 miles through Lake. In a triangle. 71 miles an hour, sorry. Growly old thing, getting into keepers. Listen to this thing howl. Okay, you can't hear it online, but in person you can hear it howl. Third keepers in the 3317, up the hill. 74 to you, sir.
Yeah, entering follow, very dramatic car, open top with a big wing at the back. It is now going to museum, pushing really hard.
Okay, I've got car 80, Martin Watts in the Silver Riot 998cc engine. He got red flag last time. Absolutely rapid little thing. This is a Sport Libre car. 213 off the line. 58.61 for the TVR. 58.61. That's a quick, reasonable time, under 60 seconds. 84 to you, sir.
Yeah, he's using all the rev in that car. He's now going into museum and through the finish straight.
Right, Graham Lokes, car 84 in a Lola T492, 3.2 liter. Old school Can-Am type looking car. Lola made an assortment of cars for various series, sports racers and etc. way back when. Martin did a 56.22. Graham is on his way to you, 87 miles an hour.
Yeah, 6-cylinder, 3.2 Porsche engine on that car. Is now going into museum. Very nice car, very low to the ground.
Right, I've got got Lindsay Summers, car 86. The DJ Firehawk, 192 off the 64-foot, 79 through Lake into Triangle. Let's see what she can do with this thing. Very familiar, family-run car, this. Regular competitor, whole family competes. 100 miles an hour to you, sir.
Yeah, Lindsay, late breaker onto the Cedar Straight, now onto museum. Keeping it nice and tidy and through the finish straight now.
Okay, I've got Nigel Pitt, 87, in the OMS 3000, 1-liter engine, motorcycle powered, 188 on the 64-foot. I think that's the quickest I've seen all day. 80 into Lake through the Triangle. Speed already onto the straight. Coming up, speed trap is going to be 89 to use.
Yeah, going on to Fallow now, going into museum, using all the rev of that motorcycle engine.
Okay, I have, guess what? I got another car here. Tom Weaver. Right. So Nigel Pitt did a 52.74. I got Tom Weaver, who broke last time he came up the hill, or something went wrong. 88. The OMS Hornet, 998cc, shares it with his dad. 208 on the 64-foot. 78 going into the Triangle to Lake. Up the hill he goes, 93 to you.
Yeah, great to see Tom taking the left hand, a little bit of a wiggle of the car into the corner, but now he's into museum, using all the curve on the inside.
Yeah, Lindsay Summers did a 51.13. Nigel Pitt did a 52.74. Mark Schlanker is on the hill, Force HC 998cc engine. Tom did a 53.13. 80 to you.
Yeah, the yellow car into Fallow now, using a bit of curve on the inside. Now he's slowing down for museum, using the inside line.
Right. Okay, well, I think this is Clive Austin. I'm not quite sure. He's still going for a run. Looks like a piece of car came off. Don't know if he's lost this piece of carbon off the side, but we got kind of a weird. One of my marshals went, ooh. And no, I can't do that again. It hurts.
Well, it doesn't sound that it has slowed down through the...
No, he's still 100 miles an hour up the speed trap. Empire Race 10:58. Sorry, we got distracted. We got a replay coming here. Let me just have a look here.
Yeah, it's through the finish line now, using all the rev on that car.
Right, 52.51. He come out of Loggerheads. It looks like came a little bit wide coming out of Loggerheads and just... oh, he hit one of the flip-flops. That's what the noise was. Oh, sorry, yeah. In Loggerheads, he clipped the flip-flop. That's all. Car's okay. That would have lost him some time. Oh, got a replay. I'm just... yeah, took out the flip-flop on the entry of coming or exit of Loggerheads coming down, you know, where you turn left to come down towards the triangle. So, no plow. He's got a time. He did a 52.51, and that's what he did hesitate. Threw him off the ribbon coming into triangle, so he lost a little bit there. On the line, I have Rob Clark in an Empire Evo 00998cc engine. So this is race cars up to 1100 cc, and so he's gone with a 998 motorcycle powered vehicle of choice. Hails from Kinlet.
Yeah, there's Empires and OMS and DJ Firehawk are purposefully
Don't forget the Goulds.
built for hill climb.
Yeah, purpose-built hill climb cars. The four kind of four manufacturers, and there's some other people sort of building their own thing. Got some hobbyist engineers and things. You can build your own car. Some of the top cars, they are built by engineers that have designed the cars strictly for this, which means they've had very small fuel tanks. The aerodynamics are designed for these tight, twisty, quick in places hills. If you take, like when they do the FIA championship, some of our top guys go over there. They're a little disadvantaged because the courses are a lot more open and flowing. And they have to pick a short course because the fuel tanks on our cars are designed for like 1,500 meters, and they run anywhere between a kilometer and a half and like 6 kilometers. Some of their hill climbs are in Europe. So it's, yeah. But they do accommodate it. They do accommodate us when we go over. So it's pick a venue that's fair to everybody. And we had some cars in the top 5 last year, so well done to the team. Anyway, Rob Clark is on the track. Through Lake at 80 into triangle, gets the thing turned around. A little bit of wiggly wobbly, a little kicking up a bit of dust there. Into keepers he goes. Up the hill, out of keepers, up the Cedar Straight. Round the curves, up to you, 93.
Yeah, the engine driving through the Cedar Straight is using all the curb on the entry, and all of the track on Museum. A lot of power on that car. He's now going through the finish line.
Right, 52.23 for Rob Clark. I've got Les Buck in the Pridget Mistral Formula Ford. 60s vintage of some description. I forgot to pay attention. 66 into Lake, entering triangle, up through keepers. Nice tidy run. Runs in the Formula Ford class for pre-1994. The cars have to run as got spec tires. They have to all run the same engine, which is, I believe, the Kent engine. There you go, 77.
Yeah, very beautiful car. He's now going into museum, keeping it nice and tidy through there. He's through the finish straight now.
Okay, I've got Samantha Lester in the Van Diemen RF92. So same class, newer model car. 231 off 64 foot, 67 through Lake, triangle, 77 to you.
Yeah, entering fallow now, using a lot of the curb, car twitching around in the exit. Now into museum. Tires squealing on those little Formula Fords.
Okay, Les Buck in a 61.17. And Samantha Lester's done a 59.00. Good run. I've got Alex Coles on the line, another Van Diemen. This one's an RF86 model. car 96, and 227 is 64 foot, loggerheads 1567. Through lake at 62 mile an hour, braking for triangle. So this is the last car in the Formula Ford class. Samantha shares the car with, we've already seen the driver earlier. So can Alex Coles get in between around 59 to 60?
Yeah, Alex pushing really hard through following into museum. The car moving around him.
Got Gary Hill, car 100 on the hill. OMS 2000M 1440cc engine, single seater, 199 on the 64 foot. Alex Coles 59.28. So right in there. Good. There's going to be a tight competition tomorrow.
Yeah,
Gary Hill, car 100. Oh, Starmate 84 through the trap and already gone over the line. My apologies. Got car 101, Darren Gumbley in the Porsche TA 1600. 52.32 for Gary Hill in the OMS, the orange one. And Darren Gumbley's coming to you with a speed of 108.
Yeah, very late on the brake. A little bit of a twitch on the car. Going into museum. Car moving around him through the finish line.
47.53, that's a quick time. I've got John Cottrell in a Pilbeam, 2 liter. Car 102 just coming through me. Car 209 on the 60 foot. This is that classic one. Kind of looks like got flames going down the side of it. 75 speed into lake entering triangle. Up the hill he goes. 96 to you.
Yeah, it looks very quick at the end of the straight. Trying in it nice and tidy there. Through museum, nothing to report, through the finish straight.
Right, 55.63 for John Cottrell in the Pilbeam, that's pretty good. Terry Davis is up the hill in the Reynard, the TKD Y V8 2-liter engine. Two 1-liter motorcycle engines, I believe he is the builder. 95 to you.
Yeah, entering follow now. He's now going into the right-hander, carrying the speed through museum. Using all the exit speed he can through the finish straight now.
Okay, I've got 51.15 for Terry Davis in the Reynard. Car 104, 51.15. Right, I've got Michael Trigani in the Pilbeam NP88 1998cc engine. Good 64-foot time, 196. Car 105. Third triangle. Just over 20 seconds through triangle. Up to keepers he goes. 30 seconds flat for keepers. And we are in racing cars up to 2 liter. 89 to you.
Yeah, using all the rev on the straight. Keep it nice and tidy through follow now. Into museum. Keeping the inside line on that corner. And through the finish straight.
Cross the line, 53.47. Next I've got Jonathan Varley in the pretty blue GWR Predator, car 108, 218 on the 64 foot, 87 entering lake, got into triangles, into keepers in under 27 seconds. Coming to you, I've got Alex Summers on the line, 116.
Yeah, very late on the brake at the end of the cedar straight here. You can see he's carrying all the speed into that right-hander as well.
47.31 for Jonathan Varley, the Predator. Alex Summers, current championship front runner, previous British championship runner. He's in the car here. DJ 55 XD today. He's a 2.22. Jumped in this car. I believe it just last minute switched to second drivers. Through keepers, 27 seconds, just over. Absolutely honking it, 116.
Yeah, keeping nice and tied into the entry, pushing hard on the exits, and using all the power of the engine at the exit of museum.
Right, cross the line, Alex Summers, 46.29. 46.29. That might be quick, I'm not sure of the day so far. Bernard Kevel, car 822, double driver car, OMS 28 with a 2.8 liter power set, kind of a motorcycle, two motorcycle engines whacked together to give you this big motorcycle engines. 213 on the 64-foot, 85 entering Lake in the Triangle. I don't have a speed to you, sir.
Yeah, he's using a lot of curb on the entry of Fallow, keeping it nice into the inside of the museum and using all the power on the exit.
Right, I've got Sandra Tomlin, lovely lady. This is her car, 824, the Pilbeam MP97 with a 4-liter Judd, normally aspirated engine. I like normally aspirated if I haven't covered that 100 times a day. 2-liter, 2 seconds off the 64-foot, 78 in the through Lake in the Triangle. Coming up the Cedar Straight now, 85 to you.
Yeah, familiar affair in the Tomlin. She's going through Fallow now into museum, keeping it nice and tidy, and she'll use all of the rev of that V8.
Right, across the line she goes, 54.41, 54.41. Speaking to her down the pit lane, she's got quite a collection of cars, including a left-hand drive Viper. She was complaining she'd rather have right-hand drive, and I said, well, I'll have it. Apparently that's as far as I got.
And she didn't say yes?
No, I didn't get a yes. I thought I can help you with that. You can sit on the right side, and I'll drive the left side, but there you go. Okay.
The cars are now going down the hill, Owen.
Sorry?
The cars are now going down the hill.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, with the formula cars, or the racing cars, they are pushed down the hill. So, literally, there's a group of marshals. You can't see them on camera. Group of marshals that'll literally get the cars, push them enough so the momentum will carry them down the hill. The drivers will not, or try to avoid starting the engines again, because the cooling systems are limited. They have a peak operating temperature, operating window, and once they go high, they don't, you can hurt things. So they do the run, but they're usually at max temp. So starting them up again to drive them back will overheat the engines. They do not have cooling fans on them. And coming down the hill, they're not going fast enough to get the air to go through them. The aerodynamics actually direct the air over the radiators. So they don't even run them in the paddock area. They may do an initial check, and they run them for about 30 to 45 seconds, and that's it. They get pushed to the line and then started there to make sure that the operating temps are where they want them. A lot of the cars, especially the top cars, they have preheaters plugged in, so they have coolant circulating through a heater into the car, back to the heater again. So that gets the operating temperature somewhere where they want it. So when they start it up, it's close to temp already. And that's because these engines are, the clearances in these engines is so tight that if you get it wrong, you've got a very expensive repair bill.
Yeah, so it's something that's really complicated in a hill climb is getting the temperature. You can't really do that in hill climb. You don't get to do 2 laps on the track, and then you can get a little bit of tires in your heat. It's a one shot, and you'll see those guys are running like super soft tires, so the softer compound they can buy, and the softer compound that is legal for their class in the championship. So yeah, this is the challenge of hill climb. You've got one shot, and you've got to get it right.
Well, those tires, the tires that are on these top cars, if they're using like the A15 compound, which is pretty much the softiest, gooeyest tire you can, if you try to do 1 lap of any racetrack with them, the tires would disintegrate. They would just overheat and melt. They'd never make it around.
Yes, and I believe since a few years now, tire warmers are not allowed anymore.
No, and at certain venues. Now, for the Midland Championship, HillClimb Championship, for Prescott and Chelsea and Loton, you're still allowed tire warming at the start line where you can spin your tires up. But there are several venues. I think Gersten is one, Kerber Sprint Course is another one, that you're not allowed to do tire warming anymore because of noise issues. So I was talking to Scrutineer here. He said the decibel reading for allowance of for closed wheel cars, I think, was 108. Open wheel cars was 110. Well, at Kerber, it's 105, and I think there's another venue that's actually has to be even lower than that. There's one racetrack that's stuck at 98, but I think that does circuit racing. You know, for any track days to do, they got to keep it under 98 decibels. So it's a problem. I think the motorsport venues in this country are running into the same problem like airports do. People move next to an airport and complain about the airplane noise, and it's like, well, you move next to an airport, but it just doesn't seem to work, and racetracks are having trouble with that. Mallory Park and Castle Coombe race circuits both have run into that issue, and I believe Croft has now run into that issue as well, so they're restricted on what they can do.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of tracks as well in France are running into those issues as well. I can name one being the historic circuit of Albin, southwest of France. They have been running into those issues because developments and houses have been getting closer and closer to the circuit, and that's obviously been causing issues with the neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. They build and then I think they're building more housing estates next to a couple of motorsport venues, and they're like, you know, it's been put out there. Everybody tells them it's like, no, you can't do this, but nobody listens. So they build the houses. I mean, Rockingham Speedway is a prime thingy. It was out in the middle of an industrial estate. They built 2 housing estates around it and then forced it to close. I mean, it was more to it than that, but that was basically it. And that was 10 minutes from my house. And that did sprints, circuit racing, rallying, everything. It's now a giant car park. Right, on the hill, Simon Moyse, car 114, in the Gould GR59, 1300cc engine, supercharged. So this puts, when you're supercharged and turbocharged, it puts you into a bigger class because there is a multiply factor involved. Anyway, comes into Lake, 95 miles an hour, hard on the brakes through Triangle. Up into Keepers. If this is sub 25, I'll be impressed. 26.90. I'm still impressed. Up the hill he goes. You should be able to hear him coming. Yeah. 107.
Yes, Simon really quick at the end of that straight, and now exiting Fallow into Museum. Really quick, keeping it nice and tidy through there.
Right. 47.48 for Simon. On the hill, I have Ian Tucker in an OMS 28 with a 1690cc engine in it. Car 116, 219 on the 64-foot, 84 through Breaking Lake into Lake, breaking into Triangle. 31.58 through Keepers. So he's on the straight coming at you now. We've got a speed of 72.
Yeah, and all the way from Cornwall, it is using all of the track on the exit of Fallow, going into Museum, breaking the car down, and using all the traction he can get from the car on the exit.
Car 10, one of our British Championship runners, Einan Price, the Force TA 1720. 1.87 on the 64-foot, 102 to you.
Yeah, he's already with me, and he was looking really quick going into Museum. He's going to put all the power down on the finish straight.
Let's see what he can do with this thing. 47.10. 47.10. So we've got a couple of cars in the... We got Alex Summers in the 46s. This is all practice. We got Ian Tucker, 55. Simon Moyse was 47. Jonathan Varley was 47. It's going to be an interesting battle tomorrow.
Yes, I believe the best time we had this morning was a 46.25, so we're getting really close to that.
Yeah. So on the line, your Jaguar V6 powered Paul Crute car 120. It is not a Jaguar Formula One car, wishes that it was. But it's Jag-powered V6 with all sorts of fancy schmancy stuff on it. Bit of grunt, he just is enthusiastic, he loves the Jaguar, so off he goes. 201 off the 64-foot. It is a pretty car. If you're in, check your Formula One cars when Jaguar first came in. This was the paint scheme. I think this was the first paint scheme. I think. Right, comes down into Lake. 85 into Triangle, out of Triangle, up into Keepers. Growly little thing, little V6 normally aspirated, so no turbos or superchargers to whine and scream. Up the hill we come, speed going as of 88, sir.
Yeah, the great livery on this car is now entering Fallow, using all the track, keeping it nice and tidy. carrying the speed through Museum onto the finish straight.
Right, across the line, 54.23. I have car 122, Simon Andrews, OMS 28, same car, different engine. This is a 2.8 liter V8, 2 motorcycle engines. He's a little bit quicker than Paul at the moment, 87 in the league, late going through, 106 to you.
Yeah, late on the brake on the entry of Fallow. He's exiting now, carrying the speed through Museum. A lot of power on this car, and he's going to go through the finish line.
49.27, right. I've got Terry Graves, who I think owns the car that Alex Summers was just driving. Terry's, this is car 119, 2 foot, 64 foot, only 76 in the late, brakes late, keeper's only 32nd, 92.
Yeah, entering Fallow now, keeping it nice and tidy, using the space on the outside, through Museum on the inside line, using all the power at the exit through the finish line.
52.50, 52.50, right, got Oliver Tomlin driving Monk's car 124, Philby FB97 with 4-liter Judd, 194 to 64 foot. 88 through Lake in a triangle. He's on it. 114.
Yeah, Oliver was very quick in his first run this running already. He's going through Museum, carrying the speed through Museum, and he's going to use all the power of that car.
47.91. 47.91. So that's a good time. That might put him in the top 10 tomorrow. But the weather's, I think they're forecasting, at the moment, forecasting some tricky conditions tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe he's improved from this morning time from a 48.81, so very good run for him.
Yeah. Car 129, Peter Baker in the Ginetta G32, 1988 cc engine. These are our Loton Park Championship runners, or if you call them National B. So, the Midland Hillclimb Championship is sort of a higher tier, and if you're, if you're an entry-level clubman, you're sort of, there's a licensing below it. So these are all the competitors that are in the Loton Championship that don't have the higher license. Some get it, some can get it. You need to do, I think, 6 lower events to get your upgrade. So this is Peter Baker in the Ginetta up the hill, 66 miles an hour.
Yeah, having a steady entry, using all the track on the outside, almost on the grass. A little bit of a twitch on Museum, almost, oh, he's looking for his gear now. And now he's on the finish straight. He'll be frustrated with that run.
Okay, I've got George Gwilliam, car 130. Corsa with the 1229. He is running the Shelsey Walsh Academy. This is a car, he's out here just getting some extra practice. Started 2 years ago, which is where I met him. The first time they were at Kerbra, and they're telling me that he's going to move up to a faster car. He's hooked on hill climb. So up the hill he goes. He's 2U. I haven't got a speed.
Yeah, George already with me, using all the track on the inside. You can see he's pushing that little Corsa into Museum, almost on 3 wheels. And then he's now exiting the corner through the finish straight.
Andrew Feekins is coming at you quickly. Car 131 in the Renault Clio Sport. George had a 73 speed up the straightaway, by the way. Came up late. Andrew Feekins is with you right now.
Yeah, great handling on this little Clio. Probably pushing hard through the exit of Museum there, using all the rev of the engine.
Right. Mark Morris is on the hill. Car 132. Already just going through keepers right now. 284 and a 64 foot. 53 through Lake into Triangle. He's on the way up the hill to you now. And I forgot, we've got a 52 speed.
Yeah, the box entering Fallow now. Nice tidy line through this corner. Going into that blind Museum corner. Using all the traction he can get from that Porsche.
Right. I got the Alfa Romeo Giulia 1300 with the 1600 engine. No, I didn't go and ask lunchtime exactly what was going on with it. 57 through Lake into Triangle on the speed. Up the hill he comes. Should be coming at you right about now, 55.
Yeah, almost breaking the wheel at the end of the Cedar Straight there, using all the track on the outside of Fallow, going into Museum, carrying the speed through that corner very nicely.
Right, I've got Carl Beamon, Clio 172, 1998cc. He's on slicks for the first time, speaking to him down in the pit lane. The Alfa Romeo did a 75-61. So Carl's still trying to learn how to drive on these slicks. This is basically the third run ever on slick tires. He's used road-based track tires before. 76 miles an hour. Ooh, yeah. Locked it up a little bit by the looks of it.
Exactly, yes he did. And he's now using all the rev of that four-cylinder almost on three-wheel. And going through the finish straight now.
And across the line, 61.37. So it is about a second quicker than I think he told me. 60. He was doing 62s before, so tires dropped down. But he's still trying to work it out how to make them work. Okay. Well, guess what, folks? It looks like we were done for the day. I believe. I'm staring at the clerks, assistant clerks, the deputy clerks, and anybody else with a white shirt just to see what's going on here. But if you can't make it tomorrow, HillClimb.TV will have coverage tomorrow all day. So check the listings. You know, subscribe to HillClimb.TV, folks, and you'll get the notifications. Really put a lot of effort into doing this coverage. And it's really coming on strong. So there's been a lot of effort behind the scenes, and I believe it's been all volunteer. You know, it's been all there. It's not making any money off of it. He's done this for the sport. I don't know the details. If he's listening, thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Other than that, folks, yes, we are actually done for the day. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. I think I can see Marshall's now packing up. And
yeah. So, anyway, folks, go down, have a look around the cars. Oh, we got the cars coming back down. I forgot we still got them up there. Oops.
I'm still sending them back to you.
You didn't remind me you've got cars up there. You know I'm old. I forget things.
You were doing your YouTube thing, which is
I'm doing my YouTube thing. Yeah, this is the first. Someone said, have you ever done any live on YouTube? Apparently, I now have. Thing is, I don't know if I should go back and listen to it because I don't know what I'm going to sound like, and I'll just sort of like, ugh. I don't want to know what I sound like.
I usually hate my voice most of the time.
Oh, well, then me and you are both going to have to watch this together and listen to this. It's like, you know, we may have to take up drinking after watching this.
Yes, maybe. Oh, well, it has been a great day up the hill. It's been a sunny day here.
Beautiful weather. We got some great cars. Like I said, cars are coming back down the hill now. There's no rush. It's actually not. It's just past 3:30 in the afternoon. So, well run, well organized. They thought they were going to lose some time with the couple stoppages, but turns out it worked well. So, yeah, if you're on site, go take a look at the cars. Check them out. I think I'm not sure if the Bugatti Owners Club New Barn Cars Speed Championship are going to do any sort of award ceremony here. But if they do, yeah, hang about and just you can sort of applaud them and support them. Just on behalf of me, I want to thank all the marshals and volunteers for coming out today and making today a good day for motorsport. The spectators appreciate it because if the marshals aren't here, there's no cars and then there's no spectators. So there you go. We're all happy if you know, we support the marshals. Even better, if you're sitting on that side of the fence, why not try being a marshal? Everybody looks good in orange. Well, okay. Most people look good in orange.
That's very true. Well, they are essential to the sport, so we need to give them a big thank you.
Okay, so it looks like we might have, I think, 137 the last car?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, there you go. You see the marshals walking off to catch a ride or fall down the hill or whatever. Thank you very much for listening. And like I said, tomorrow commentary, you'll have Chris and the other Owen to entertain you for the day. And I will probably be back at the next event here at Loton. So until then, be safe and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and thanks for everyone who's joined the live stream as well.